Broadcasting live from the heart of the
good. Audio didn't reset this time.
Time for a great afternoon of sports entertainment talk. Get ready for in-depth discussions on everything from the court to the field, mixed with the business and culture that orbit the sports world. Whether it's the latest blockbuster trade or the societal impact of sports. 2 Men On with your hosts, Van Nunley and Fred Slow, with producer Isaiah Johnson on 95.9 FM and AM 610. These
Mike's hot.
It's Wednesday, Albuquerque. You know what that means? It means the boys are at the Horn YMCA. Let's go. Doing that program. Having a lot of fun. We're here till 7 o'clock tonight talking the world of sports, pop culture, current events, news of the day. And I recently got permission to sneak in some more political jokes.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
They said it's timely, is what they said. They said you're not forcing it down their throats like you traditionally have done. That's what they said.
Okay. We doing some Laura Loomer stuff today? Is that what we're doing? We're doing our Laura Loomer routine.
Loomer. Isaiah Johnson back in the studio. Isaiah, how are you?
I'm doing good.
Okay. It's good. I mean, if we're going to get anything, we're going to get that, and that's not so bad. Guys who write for a living can often put out classy statements. That happened today from Adrian Wojnarowski. Quote, I grew up the son of a factory worker 2 miles from ESPN's campus and only ever dreamed of making a living as a sports writer. 37 years ago, the Hartford Courant, no clue, gave me my first byline, and I never stopped chasing the thrill of it all.
Did he not spell check this awesome little diatribe? Because it's not current. Is it Courant?
Courant.
Courant.
This craft transformed my life, but I've decided to retire from ESPN and the news industry. I understand the commitment required in my role and its investment that I'm no longer driven to make. Time isn't in endless supply, and I want to spend mine in the ways that are more personally meaningful. I leave with overwhelming gratitude for countless mentors and colleagues, subjects and stories, readers and viewers. No one has benefited more than me from the belief, trust, and generosity of others. The past 7 years at ESPN have been a particular privilege. I'm appreciative of the company's leadership, especially Jimmy Pitaro and Christina Douglas, for the understanding and acceptance of my decision to make a life change. After all these years reporting on everyone's team, I'm headed back to my own.
Who's going to break our NBA news now?
Hey,
where am I going to get my hot takes about the NBA?
You know what I'd really like to do? Just make it about myself. That's my whole thing. That's, no matter what, I'm going to identify as a writer and a reporter, but let's go ahead and just make this thing completely about me. Let's do that. Here's how little I care about Adrian Wojnarowski retiring. Okay. Here's how little I care about Adrian Wojnarowski going to allegedly work at his college.
Well, I mean, you care enough to pronounce his name correctly, so that's a start.
Well, I grew up in the Midwest where that's a regular name.
Oh, a lot of
yeah.
A lot of Auskies there.
A lot of Polish where I grew up.
Yeah, you just gotta freestyle the first 2 syllables.
Yeah, I really only ever struggled with like Yazzie and Baca whenever I moved here. Like I didn't know,
that took you a while.
It took me a while.
Took you a while.
Wojnarowski, no big deal at all. Here's the deal though. You're not the story. Like that's it. Like there's not another way to say it. And I get it. You were fortunate to be able to cover some cool stuff and be at some cool stuff. You're not an opinion guy. Like an opinion guy I get. Like an opinion guy you turn into like a Jim Rome, like a Rush Limbaugh. Like you tune into an opinion guy and you're losing an opinion guy. Cool. This is just a dude who tweeted breaking news. We're going to get tweets about breaking news from somewhere else.
Well, I'm excited to see from whom.
No, you're not.
Who's stepping up
You
next?
don't care.
Who's the new Woj?
Nope.
Who's the new Woj?
I got some pushback. I think Woj, what made him separate. Let me mute my computer there for you guys.
Take your time.
What made Woj different was his sources, I believe, got him information much quicker than most other people. But there is a guy that I do think is going to take his place, and it's Shams. I mean, I can't really pronounce his last name, but there's a lot of times where Shams was tweeting out the breaking news before Woj.
Shams Charina, is that it?
Yeah,
Charina?
something like that.
Well,
something like that. He was just as quick.
And Isaiah's given an interesting viewpoint in this because he forever has been, and Adrian Wojnarowski's been in the game for 30 plus years. He's a guy who's relied on that dude for breaking whatevers.
Yeah.
Here's the thing: these guys come and go. Like the new, whatever the story is, it still exists. It still gets out. It's still delivered. And there's not and it's fun for the idea that there's a special connection or he can get it to me 20 minutes earlier.
Yeah.
It's not a deal. It's not a deal that matters. You know what does matter? Going back to St. Bonaventure, where he's going, going to do that thing for a college that he loves. So I'm not a guy who super loved my college experience. Where Washington State calls me, I don't answer. I'm not donating. I already gave when I was there. But if this guy wants to go and live that best life and do that thing, should have probably started a bunch of years ago.
He's fine. He's not big old. He's like kind of old, but he's not like big old where he can't work and like fulfill his career.
He's immediately going to become the general manager of St. Bonaventure.
Right.
That's it. Like,
sure. And it doesn't mean like he's retiring and this is like his weekend warrior job. Like it's like a real full-time job that he's stepping into.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if you compare it, like, and he said specifically, something like time is not an endless thing, or for the free agency for the past, he says 7, but I feel like he did it for longer for a different company, of course. But he was staying awake for like 20 hours at a time. I think at one point he said what his screen time was, and it was like ridiculous numbers through the roof. So I'm sure like him even going to a GM job is like a huge workload lifted compared to what he did beforehand.
Well, 100%, and it's how you approach the thing. If he had a contract with ESPN or whoever else, but I assume ESPN because he was the, what do you call it? The insider or whatever. Oh my God. He missed out on bonuses every time he wasn't the first guy to break a thing, and this is real. If ESPN was like, hey, you be the first tweet, and we'll give you fake number $10,000.
Mm-hmm.
If you're the first guy, if you're not the first guy, $0,000. And if for every $10,000 we give you, Wojnarowski is talking to insider and saying, "Hey, listen, I'll give you half of this. Just don't want to miss it."
Yeah,
like it is not the world of nitty gritty, hardworking. The source calls you. It's the guy that empties the trash at the training facility.
Also, he's got pay off front office people money.
Oh, 100%.
He gets paid $7 million a year to tweet about the NBA. That is wild.
Adrian, I'm about to put out a press release that says that we're not going to punish Draymond Green after he beat up one of the pool boys. And he goes, I'm going to interpret that as the player, not the guy that manages the pool.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's go. Like that was his whole life. Like
I do think that a guy like Adam Schefter, I think it would be a bigger blow if he was to retire, because although he does kind of the same thing that Woj does, Adam usually, like you said, he throws a lot more opinion in, and he usually will drop some more knowledge, or I think he gives more rather than just reporting. But I mean, yeah, again, I'm in the same sources who worked with Woj, they're going to want someone that, they're going to want a line of work still. So I wonder if they're all going to go to Shams, like where they're going to migrate, if someone else is just going to step up and.
Well, it's whoever pays.
Well, exactly. Yeah. The highest bidder. Whoever
that's what it
forks over the most cheese for the info.
Yeah, I can't.
So you'd pay to be in Woj's position, and then the sources would give you the info.
Oh, 100%. That's how it works. Yeah, they're not all giving it to him because he's the coolest guy.
Mm-hmm. I thought it was like reputation based.
Oh, like God, no. Heck no.
Way up to that.
There's a sprinkle of that.
No.
But also money.
It's money.
Yeah.
And it's this one. It's hey, whoever. Let's say it's an athlete. Let's say there's an athlete that spills the beans. Hey, you know what that means? I can give you some screen time on ESPN. Let's say it's a front office guy. Hey, if I get this tweet out first, I'll throw you a couple K. Hey, it's let's say it's somebody that's not front office money. Let's say it's like a support staff or it's a whatever guy who drives the team bus. I'm giving you literal ones. You say, hey, I'll get you a suit for my suit guy. Like these are the things and how these things work in this world. And him being gone just means there'll be another one. The really fun one is, you remember all these years when it would be like NFL draft coverage. This guy's an NFL draft insider. Blah, blah, this thing.
Yeah.
You know who that was? Rich Eisen
Mel-
for a long time. Then it was Mike
Mel
Mayock.
Kiper.
Then it was Mel Kiper, and then it was whoever the blonde kid is now.
Todd McShay.
Yep. Like they just change. Like it's not a story. It's not a part of conversation. The conversation is this part. Going back to his college, St. Bonaventure. St. Bonaventure, this might not be correct. It might be close. It might not be correct. Smallest D1 school.
If it's
bottom
not,
five,
it's got to be close.
Got to be bottom
Sure.
5. And he's going to go back there, and it's one of those weird cult ones. I'll be really honest here, where every kid knows every kid on campus. You know the graduating class above you. You know the graduating class below you. Obviously, people who are really passionate about New York, the city, are different styles of people.
Yes.
Don't know how else to say it. It has 2,300 undergraduates and graduate students. 2,300. That's like your high school.
Yeah, that's an elementary school.
Correct.
Yeah.
That's what they have there. And it's a cult. What, Fred? You're being mean for no reason. No, I'm being very transparent here. They have that amount of money, New York money. And also, and I don't know if this is known to New Mexican that hasn't had the opportunity to go to super big metropolis. There are 2 times when a super big metropolis is the hotness to you. 2 times. One, the day you moved there. When you move to a metropolis, that day is the best day that metropolis has ever been to you. New York City is best in 2024 because that's when I moved there, and I'm going to claim it forever. Or number 2, you grew up there, and it's best when you're 13. Those are the only 2 times.
If you're using New York an example, I got another day. The day you leave. Because miss me with all that. Look, this is a huge get for St. Bonaventure.
Huge.
Because I mean,
The Times is reporting on them.
Yeah.
They don't do that.
No. He's all of his connections he's had through ESPN and every network and ABC and like the big mouse, like all of this he's bringing with him.
Mm-hmm.
Like all the connections he's made for 30 years. Like, can you imagine a basketball related cell phone as important as his?
No.
He's got everyone.
He's got them.
Everyone. So he's bringing all of that to St. Bonaventure. And if you tried to tell me where it was, I ain't telling you.
College.
'Cause I have no idea.
He took a note out of Deion Sanders' book. Is basically what he did.
Well, without having to catch the terrible reputation, because all I
Yeah.
know is,
You don't have to do any of that.
yeah, Wojnarowski's probably a really good guy.
Seems like
Yeah,
it.
I don't know why he wouldn't be. So he's general manager of the basketball team. Cool. I'm super in on it. The NIL money is going to come in like crazy.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. And with the thing like this, and I'm going to name a real thing. I'm going to say a super real thing. You get Mike Krzyzewski. You go up there, you promise him all the money in the world. You know ESPN already has a relationship. They're going to put this stuff on TV.
Mm-hmm.
You bring in a guy that's not currently doing it, that got out of it. Why? Because of one and dones and NIL, and he couldn't adapt with the times. And you get a school that's not even willing to pretend like it's in the mix. And you say, hey, you're here. You have all the resources in the world. You don't have to handle it. Your best friend, Adrian Wojnarowski, is your GM. He's got you covered, brother. You get the biggest name in coaching. You go and get the best basketball players from where? Only New York City.
Mm.
You don't go anywhere else. You don't go to the East Coast. You don't go to academies and preps in the Carolinas. You stay away from California. You get all New York kids, and you start telling New York stories with New York money.
Why not St. Bonaventure? Like, why not St. Bonaventure over St. John's or Georgetown or NYU?
Mhm.
Like, I mean, these kids aren't going to Columbia. I know that much. Why not St. Bonaventure? Level them up a couple
You
notches.
know where these kids don't need to go anymore? Syracuse.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they get you stay right here, and you get the right guy from the city. Oh my God, you can't get Mike Krzyzewski. It doesn't work out for whatever reason because I'm going 30,000 feet pie in the sky. But you get Starberry.
Well, he's got to be not a coach. He's got to be like the face of the thing, right? He's got to be Woj's assistant.
Make him the coach.
Somebody speaking the culture for Woj.
Oh, I'm telling you though. I
think they should go after whoever the next Krzyzewski is. Because why would Krzyzewski do that? He's the king of the world in the basketball. Like, why would he start some project with Adrian Wojnarowski?
Be awesome. Be awesome. That's why. How far is St. Bonaventure from New York? A couple hours. It's not far. New York City, not the state. Like, that's the one. You get them all. It's like you're hey guys, we're gonna It's going to be like fun summer basketball camp all the time. We're the thing.
Well, yeah, like you're immediately the best show in town.
Well, you're not, I mean, and they're not in the city proper, but you get the point of what I'm trying to say. You get it. Go there. And who else is comparable to that kind of stuff? Like who else is like a Old Dominion? I don't know. I don't know what's because there's no one really.
I don't have a proper comp, to be honest.
D1, get it figured out. So I'm excited about that part. I do not like the bowing out. I don't like it at all. I very much, if he would have done a press release saying the way he should have forever, or if he would have tweeted ESPN wishes Adrian Wojnarowski the best in his future endeavors, I would have been like, yes.
I mean, most people, friends of the show included, don't take in sports like me and you take in sports. To them, Wojnarowski's a legend.
Oh, could be.
He's been a mainstay on ESPN for 2 decades. He's been breaking news about the NBA for 2 decades. Like that's a big deal to a lot of people.
There's another layer to it too, and you guys both will be the first to say you're not heavy into the social media scrolling, but he's also a legend on there. Like everyone during every free agency, people know Shams might tweet first, but anytime you're waiting on some big news to drop, anytime your team's in the mix to get somebody, because he was the guy in that position, and of course there's all the facts you said beforehand as to why he's in that spot.
Right.
But he was in that spot for so long. So like emotionally, everyone just attaches all the good news to him. Like as a Lakers fan, when LeBron came to the Los Angeles, all I remember is seeing his tweet pop down. And every free agency, everyone turns the notifications on for Woj. So he probably felt like, maybe ego a little bit. Because I mean, imagine being like the main source, but then also he probably felt like he had to talk to, the fans on social media, which is, I'm sure, what most of that statement was for.
He never really resonated with me that hard because exactly what you're saying. Like I try to stay off Twitter. Mm-hmm. I try to do as little Facebooking as possible. If anything, I'm an Instagram fan because it's like the most neutral out of all of them. But yeah, I'm not an X head. I was never hooked on Twitter. Mm-hmm. Like as soon as I got into it, I was like, this is toxic. I don't like it. So he is the basketball king of Twitter. Like undisputed.
Brother, the problem with Twitter, the problem with social media is I got on 0 things today. I got on 0 things and look at social media. And I can tell you this, every single person on there is telling the exact same joke. Every single person on there saying, Woj bomb, he retired before LeBron. And it's in 10 different iterations and it's stupid every time. And you just doom scroll through all of it and you waste what? The moments that Adrian Wojnarowski is talking about. You're wasting your moments that you could have engaged in anything in life. And that's why this does not matter that it's gone.
I saw a funny one. It was a picture of Thanos, and they put Shams' face over Thanos, and he had the stones in his hand. It's like Woj is gone, so now he gets all the power.
He lost. You know that, right? In the end,
Thanos lost. Yeah. In the end, hey, like you said, there's more people coming along. Call them the Avengers.
Oh, there's always another one. There's always a next guy up, and that doesn't matter just in sports, specifically in sports media.
Right?
Like, ugh. I'm into it. Good for him. Good run. Got famous, covering some cool stuff. He's going to have so much more fun being the GM of a basketball team. I kind of hate collegiate athletics. We've talked about this before. I've been on the inside of them. I've looked on the outside of them for a long time. They're not as cool as people present them. And if he can be a part of St. Bonaventure being awesome and doing awesome stuff and regionally making an impact and, I don't know, starting a new conference because the Lobos need one.
Sure.
Like, let's go. Do that thing. Turning over the world. No, not turning over the world. Nothing. We got some fun guests today. Who's joining us, Van?
Oh, I got a bunch of new friends. We got Ryan Cedillo in the 6 o'clock hour. Going to talk about a little charity drive he's doing. I'm going to shave his head.
What? You're going to shave his head?
No, not today on air, but eventually, yes, we will. We'll be shaving his head here in a couple weeks on Monday at Howie's.
Danielle Lucero.
For a good cause.
Danielle Lucero is going to join us at 5:30. You know, I worked with her for the Rio Grande Down Syndrome Gala I'm not trying to be braggadocious, but I think we raised something crazy like 160 grand that night.
It's amazing.
Working with them, and she's doing some fun stuff. She's doing the buddy walk stuff with Rio Grande Down Network. So, Rio Grande Down Syndrome Network. So we'll talk about them, talk about acceptance and inclusion. It's the 15th annual. Crazy how time flies, dude.
Goodness.
Yeah, so she's going to join us on that. We're going to talk about how the friends of the show can be a part of that, and in support of that. Also, I'm going to be a little braggadocious on where I was in the waiver wire after all of our advice yesterday. The rich keep getting richer in our fantasy league, Van.
Let's go, baby.
It's 2 Men On 95.9 FM. We're at the Horn YMCA. Come by, see Van. He will give you 1 month's membership for $3.
Well, not only that, but we'll waive your fee and we'll set you up with a little PT session, baby.
Okay, a little part-time session.
Yeah,
Is that what you're saying?
It's not what the acronym means.
Explain it to me when we get back. It's 2 Men On 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal. Welcome back to the program. Welcome back to 2 Men On. We're at the Horn YMCA. We're having a heck of a day here at the Y. Come hang out with your boys. You mentioned Van's name at the front counter. He will help you, no joining fees and 1 month free. He is the guy who helps you get that. Van, thank you for being that guy.
I just want my community to be happy and healthy, live a rich, full life, and meet these awesome people at the YMCA.
I am going the way of Adrian Wojnarowski, and I'm announcing my retirement right now. I'm becoming the GM of the Miami Dolphins, and my first move is to trade for Bryce Young. I'm very excited about this. I believe I can get him at a very low cost, and I believe it will help propel my team, which is actually good, unlike Carolina, to an AFC championship, and it will right the ship. Miami Dolphins of Dade County, go and get Bryce Young immediately, end his suffering, fix your quarterback problem, and become a contender again.
I really like it. I really like it. But really, though, like for multiple reasons, it fits the Dolphins perfectly. And, I just saw a video earlier of Bryce walking into practice, and a guy asked him to sign an autograph. And then he told him to keep his head up, and just the way he was walking, his body language, you just feel bad for the guy. And
if you think his body language in the hall is bad, you should see him on the field.
Yeah.
Well, and then he'd have Tyreek. So
he just lost his job to a 40-year-old ginger. You know how emasculating that is?
Mm-hmm.
It's awful.
Do you know how many?
I know, because I've done it to people.
Wow.
Yeah.
I can name those people.
Yeah. It's awful.
Did you know if you're a quarterback that makes more than $50 million, like because there's 9 of them, they have a losing record this season. They're 7-11. The only one undefeated is Justin Herbert, and he's the worst of all of them. He cannot play the game. His team keeps saving him.
Shout out J.K. Dobbins.
Yeah, 100% shout out
J.K.
J.K.
Heavy
Dobbins.
lifting on that team.
Miami, get a guy who's still in his rookie contract. Also, by the way, all the draft picks they traded for him are still in Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
Bring him down to Miami, bring his talents down to South Beach, and win football games.
That would be a really good idea if he was any good at football whatsoever. Alabama made him look good. Peak Alabama, the best Alabama has ever done, was while he was there. Every player on the field was the best player in college football, and it made Bryce Young look good.
Interesting conversation we're about to have. Where did Tua go to college? Oh, that's wild.
Mm-hmm.
They already know the exact formula.
Tua's an actual good quarterback.
No.
Who is also at Alabama.
His head doesn't
Those things can be exclusive.
Listen, if you can teach Bryce how to slide, he's light years ahead of Tua. You bring in Bryce Young. Heck, give him number 1. I don't care. You put him out there, you win games, and you get rid of Tommy Thompson, the something mobster. I couldn't come up with a punchline there.
Referring to Skyler?
Yes.
Okay, that is Skyler is like the least mob name in the history of mob names.
I accidentally caught Con Air on TV earlier, so I've been coming up with a lot of alliteration names for people who've been in prison. Okay,
I got you.
Was in the clink.
No, I think who's the backup in Miami? Remind me. I even forgot.
Skyler Thompson.
Okay, so
it's about to be Snoop-a-Loop Huntley.
This guy, they need to put in Bryce. I didn't think about this before Fred brought the idea up.
Jesus.
Yeah, you put in Bryce.
Sucks.
And I think that he would. What other wide receiving core, once Waddle's healthy, could a quarterback get on par with other than Tyreek Hill? I mean, throw your little slant routes. He doesn't have to throw the ball that far.
He can throw it far.
No, he can't. He can't even see over the offensive line. Tyreek Hill is like the shortest wide receiver in the NFL. Bryce Young is the shortest quarterback in the NFL. The Dolphins' offensive line is gigantic. They will not make a single completion from Bryce Young to Tyreek Hill. They have no idea where they are in the field. They can't see each other.
In the famed words of the only respectable rapper in the game, midget men. Midget men. They're going to go out there. I think I was pretty close. They're going to go out there, and they're going to, as the smallest team on earth, have the biggest wins.
What, are you going to trade for Deuce Vaughn, too, while you're at it?
Well, hold on. We want contributors. We want contributors out there. Our running back game is
our way. Go for it.
The Miami running back game, solid. And here's the deal, and I'm going to be that guy again. Sam Darnold. is a man unleashed after he got out of Carolina.
Sam Darnold can throw NFL passes to NFL receivers. Bryce Young cannot play
People
that
thought
way.
Baker Mayfield was broken in Cleveland. Look at him now.
Bryce Young is awful. He is awful. He's never going to turn the corner. He's going to be a tiny little Jamarcus Russell, and that's going to be the story.
I once was broke too, but I was saved. Just the way that the Miami Dolphins are going to save Bryce Young's career, their franchise, and it's going to cost them what? A second roundy boy? Send it.
Ye of little vision. If someone is going to save the Miami Dolphins season, it's the GOAT. It's the guy who already has a $40 million mansion in Miami. It's the guy who the Dolphins have already tampered with. The Dolphins got in trouble for talking to Tom Brady. They tried to go in neutral waters in the middle of the ocean to talk to Tom Brady, and they still got busted. Tom Brady is the answer for the Dolphins. Wake him up. He's never been in better shape of his life, blah, 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 football cliches. He can go out there and be as good or better as anyone in the NFL. All your chips, push them in the middle, go get Tom Brady. Leave this Bryce Young fantasy to the rest of you idiots.
You put out, Sports Illustrated puts out a cover, and it's dolphin blue. What color is that? Teal. They put out a teal cover, and it's got a white outline, just like Time Magazine does. You know, I'm talking about a little square box.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
At the top, but it says Sports Illustrated, and then it says Short Kings, and it's Bryce Young and Tyreek Hill
and Deuce Vaughn, because they're going to.
and allegedly, why not?
Get the old one of each.
Go get them.
Mm-hmm. That's an awful idea, and it will never work. I would rather have Skylar Thompson than Bryce Young right now.
For Tom to go to Miami, his broadcasting career would have to get worse or not get any better, if that makes sense.
He already gave up on his family. He doesn't care. You don't think Fox will take Tom Brady back after he leads the Dolphins to a Super Bowl and then retires again?
Yeah,
you just put Greg Olson in the one chair. By the way, check out Greg Olson's rap career from college.
I've seen it. But if Tom he put all this work into trying to get this commentating thing down. So in order for him to leave it mentally, he would not be okay with it unless he realized, you know what, this isn't for me.
No.
You know, if I picked up a controller right now, I'd be so good at Madden again. It just comes back to you. It does not matter. It would come back to him, but it's not going to have to because he's already set. Because Bryce Young is going to get traded today to the Dolphins, pass his physical by Thursday, and then beat the Seattle Seahawks on Sunday. That is what's going to happen.
You are an absolute lunatic. The Panthers can't have that kind of egg on their face by losing to him that early. You can't lose your first-round pick after a year and a half, especially a first overall pick
You're
from
trading
Alabama.
it. Wait, are you talking about Tua in Miami now? Because they did lose that.
I have. He was the number one overall pick.
It was close.
But, yeah. That is a foolish move on all parties concerned. Number one, Panthers can't have egg on their face like that. Number two, he sucks. The Dolphins can't take him on.
Mike McDaniel.
They will get worse.
Mike McDaniel will become his savior. He will fix him.
No one can fix him because he's not good at football.
Is Kyler Murray?
If Bryce Young went to San Jose State, he wouldn't be in Heisman talks. He wouldn't have won a natty, and he wouldn't be the number one overall pick because no one would ever see him because the team is garbage. He was on Alabama.
How tall is Kyler Murray?
6 foot exactly.
Cool. He's like an East Coast Kyler Murray.
No, he's 6 foot.
That's what I'm saying. It can be done. I'm making Bryce
Kyler
Young.
Murray is an actual good quarterback. Kyler Murray was the best quarterback on the planet every year of his life until his rookie year in the NFL. Kyler Murray has a pedigree of being the best in the room. Kyler Murray is actually talented. Kyler Murray has field vision, even though he doesn't even study the playbook.
Stop telling me to stop trying to make Bryce Young to the Dolphins a thing.
I'm going to rail you for this as long as you mention it.
I'd be happy about it.
He's the greatest quarterback with the least amount of support in the entirety of the NFL.
David Carr
is a stud.
You're thinking of Derek.
Who's Drew? Is that what I made up?
Drew Carr?
Yeah.
A Drew Carey show? Cleveland Rocks? Is that what you're thinking of?
Oh, Price is Right.
Mm-hmm.
It's 2 Men On, 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
I'm no stranger.
Reports are coming out of Los Angeles, Chargers, not Rams, that Jim Harbaugh told Justin Herbert no more high fives coming off the field because he hurt his hand. High fiving.
It didn't have anything to do with Harbaugh beating the hell out of him before every game.
Your favorite
Do you
quarterback.
see what he does? He like smacks his helmet. He concusses him. He smacks his shoulder pads, yells at him. Justin Herbert leaned in for a hug to try to stop him, and it still did nothing. He still kept physically abusing his own quarterback.
He hurt his little palms. Or
Well, it don't matter. They're not throwing the ball this year.
hey, Justin, when you're not the field, just lean in over here, give you a little kiss on the cheek.
You know,
Give you a little tap on the rear. Good, good, guys.
they are kind of cute together.
As far as your like fan fiction goes, the stuff you envision for those two, the cutest.
Oh, absolutely. Like they have their own garlic bread recipe that they shopped out together.
Yeah.
They make it for the team
For
on
Halloween,
team dinner night.
For
Yeah.
Halloween, Harbaugh and Herbert are going as Tom Brady and his son.
I thought you were going to say like they're going to be the tandem zebra.
They're one specific scene from Borat. That's what they're going as.
That's yeah. Mm-hmm. Just chase them around the whole Halloween party. Is that what they're going to do?
Hey guys, my name's Jim Harbaugh. I love Justin Herbert so much. How much, Jim? I can't tell you. It's way more than you think would be healthy.
Who's dressing up as Taylor Swift and who's dressing up as Travis Kelce in that situation?
Both. They take turns.
Would it be the friend of the show, Lenny, who's on the line?
Tell Lenny we're excited to take his call. When we get back from the break, it's 2 Men On, live from the Horn YMCA on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal. Welcome back to the program. Welcome back to 2 Men On. We're at the Horn YMCA, and Adrian Wojnarowski insider Lenny joins us on the friend of the show hotline. Lenny, welcome to the program. How are you?
Yeah, I wish I was Adrian Wojnarowski.
Noted. Write that down.
Go with the Chargers first.
Go.
Okay, is it that bad that they're running 50 times a game?
Yeah, they're bad, but they win.
They win. It's the Harbaugh way.
And as long as those two running backs are staying healthy, it'll give the time for McConkey and their rookie from last year receiver to, maybe get their act together. But they're also in a weak division. I'm going to discount the Raiders' win over Baltimore just because I think Baltimore isn't as good as everyone thinks they are.
There's one quarterback in the NFL, Lenny, that has passed for more than 250 yards and 2 touchdowns in the first 2 weeks. His name is Gardner Minshew.
Okay, but do you think – I understand that. I'm giving Antonio Pierce some credit, but you really think the Raiders can sustain what they're doing with Minshew?
I do. Like, it is my belief that they will never go to the run game. They have the worst running backs I have ever seen compiled on one team, and they will ride Gardner Minshew until his shoulder falls off.
Okay, and luckily they got Brock Bowers, who probably is going to end up in 2 years as the best tight end in football.
Agree.
I'm a Raiders fan now.
I'm not a Raiders fan, but I'm a Brock Bowers fan because I'm mad the Jets didn't draft him.
Nice. Good take.
So, and now let's go to the Dallas Cowgirls.
Ooh, shots fired.
Well, I mean, come on. New Orleans puts a beating on Carolina. You go, okay, it's Carolina.
Yeah.
They just put a whooping on the Cowboys and their vaulted defense.
Well, as easy as it is to make fun of us, I take it as a compliment because if we were such a bad team, no one would have been so surprised that we got smoked.
I was not surprised.
The Dallas Cowboys get their reputation because Jerry is in the mic 19 times out of 20 days.
And they won 12 games the last 3 seasons.
Okay, but at the end of the day, are the Cowboys as good as they are?
And if there's not a lot of pressure, yes. And I'm very, very going to be very transparent here. If it's a game where there's not a lot of stake, like the more everyone is waiting to make fun of them, that's the more likely they're going to lay an egg. They're little. Okay, and is
it McCarthy coaching from fear because he doesn't have a contract?
I don't know how he's coaching.
The next game could be his last game.
He did not coach CeeDee Lamb today, who skipped practice.
Well, he's hurt with an ankle. But you're right about McCarthy for a multitude of reasons. Number one, when you saw the game being slipped away versus New Orleans, you could tell he was still calling plays that were on the sheet, on the script. They're calling little play-action rollouts when they're needing to go downfield. And also, I heard a report that the players are not monitored the night before the game. So you've got Dallas Cowboy players.
And here's the other problem. You get rid of your defensive coordinator leaves, your offensive coordinator is gone. And then how can you bring in assistants to come and coach under the head coach when you don't know if that guy's going to be here beyond week 5 or 6 of the following season?
Yeah, that's a good point. What I do know is they want to keep the cornerbacks coach. And outside of him, I think everybody else is interchangeable.
Oh.
No, but don't you think they would have gotten better assistance if McCarthy would have been under at least a 3-year extension?
Well, is in Dallas land, and it could be La La land, but we believe Mike Zimmer. I mean, we thought he was an upgrade, at least based off the week 1, but then they just laid an egg last week. So I think the jury's still out on him. I think Dan Quinn, he was a great defensive coordinator, but he couldn't adjust, and he can't coach against Kyle Shanahan. And if you're in the NFC and you can't coach against Kyle Shanahan, there's no point in even trying to compete. So that's why we had
and
to.
And you talk about bad running back room. Are you going to be excited about having Rico Dowell, Ezekiel Elliott, and Dalvin Cook?
No one
Not
is.
at all.
No one in the whole world.
They need to feed Dowdle more. That's step 1.
I understand they have to feed him, but the thing is, he can't do it alone.
Yeah, no.
Also, not to interrupt you guys, because that's the thing I do for a living. Mike Zimmer vowed to get the Cowboys defense back on track today. Also breaking news, Micah Parsons worked a shift at the Dallas Cowboys themed Raising Cane's restaurant today. That's how they're getting them back on track. That's how little this team cares about losing, because Micah Parsons is doing PR appearances at Jerry Jones's new Raising Cane's restaurant.
His podcast is worse than that.
And how many playoff wins does Mike Zimmer have beyond the first round?
Yeah, I don't know. The answer is probably 0.
Same amount as Dak and Mike McCarthy
Nice.
and everybody on the Cowboys roster.
Not Mike McCarthy. We can exclude him.
Well, as a Cowboy.
Yeah, different team.
So, and they're in an easy division. Okay, you got Daniel Jones, who couldn't hit a building with a football if he fell into it.
Sorry, Eagles lost to Atlanta on Monday. I mean, they're terrible.
Nick Sirianni, I'm giving him 2 more weeks, and then he's going to be on the prime and gone. And then you're going to see Bill Belichick behind the bench, because Bill Belichick is not coming to Dallas.
You think he's not going to deal with Jerry, huh?
No, because he wants too much control and input, and Jerry is the puppet master. The only thing I'm going to send Jerry for Halloween is the pinhead mask.
It's a deep
Why
cut.
Because
Took me a
he's
second.
not going to let anyone coach the team and be a GM and just step off with David Tepper somewhere and just shut up.
According to Isaiah, Adam Schefter should retire and become the GM.
No, but you're right about Jerry. He straight up said it in the last interview we had. He says, "I don't think anybody else can do it like I can," and I believe him. I believe
it's
that
true.
He believes that, because if he didn't believe
Okay,
it,
he believes it, but what has his track record been outside of the Super Bowl teams he's inherited?
No, that's what he's talking about. No one can do it as bad as he can. That's what he was saying.
Consistently
As
bad.
bad as you can, you're right. And any other GM would have been gone within 2 seasons. And all of the stuff that he did all summer long with Dak and with CeeDee Lamb for the contracts, that was to keep his name just in the press and in the papers and on the news cycle, because those deals are going to get done regardless. He just wanted to stretch him out so he had something relevant to talk about each week. Because if they would have been signed early in camp, you wouldn't have had those conversations all summer long. And the more they're in the news, the more money he prints.
This was a good one. Lenny, good call.
well, fact.
All right, you guys all have a good one.
Yes, sir. Lenny's one of those callers where I could tell myself I was going to prepare for his call, but I feel like he would still end up dominating the conversation.
He's the best.
He makes a lot of sense, but his delivery makes it feel like he's trying to tell you you're dumb.
Yeah, that's why we keep letting him on the program.
He's very good
He's
at
a
this.
good caller. Yeah.
And he's correct. To be anything except for fair weather fan of the Cowboys is dumb. You don't go back to your abuser. Like, we've been over this a million times. You don't do that.
I mean, I did that with the Astros for like 7 straight years, and they turned it around.
What
Well,
Jerry,
Cowboys are going on 30 years.
Well, that's only 4 times less than the Cowboys.
what Jerry just did was manipulating. We were all upset, and he gave us CD and Dak like in the last 2 weeks to still get his pump for the season.
Was
Yes.
me and Van, me and Van, because we were not upset.
No one is getting simped in the universe
No,
as
we
much as
didn't-
Cowboys fan.
Nope, they're the worst.
Yeah.
We'll do a little group therapy for Cowboys fans where we get back from the break. It's 2 Men On 95.9 FM and AM 610. Woo, Sports Ham.
with producer Isaiah Johnson on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The
Mike, stop.
Welcome back to the program. Welcome back to 2 Men On live at the Horn YMCA. We're having that day of it out here at the Horn YMCA. Big thank you today for hosting us. Also, if you're not familiar with the YMCA, come down and find out. It is more than just a gym, the fellowship, kind of everything that's involved with it. Also, if you sign up your family, your kids get to play athletics for free. No longer are the YMCA playing their athletics at APS schools or even here at the Y proper. New partnership with the Field House. So how wildly exciting that is for the Y, as it is all now centrally located. And, everything in the power to throw the Y's name on that building too. Shoot, let's figure that out. That's
Good, strong logo.
Yeah.
They should put it everywhere.
Put it everywhere. You know what's recognizable? The YMCA. That's what's recognizable. I had a heck of a personal day today as well, by the way.
Okay, that's nice.
So you're aware of this, but I think a lot of the friends are sure. I do a lot of like community outreach and fundraising for the Boys and Girls Club.
Yeah.
Because it's not just the Y. Okay.
Mhm.
It's give me the coalition.
More peeps need help.
That's what I'm saying. Give me Big Brothers, Big Sisters. Give me Junior Achievement. Give me all these different programs and go. That's my life. With that said, I think I got a message here that's going to help some people. I think I got a message here, Van.
Okay. I want to hear it.
That a lot of people need to hear.
Let me hear it.
It is okay to be fair weather. It is okay, specifically Cowboy fan.
Okay.
For you to understand that thing that you've dedicated so much time, often your money, often you've sacrificed like experiences with others, often you've alienated others.
Yeah.
And also, I don't know if people are aware of this, fanboy is a bad term. If you are a fanboy of a thing,
right,
that makes you a loser. Fanatic is a crazy title.
Yeah.
You can fair weather this thing. Stop spending your money on their gear.
What about
Stop
supporter?
spending your money on, what was that word?
Supporter. Come on.
You're talking like a jockstrap? You're buying Dallas Cowboys jockstraps?
No, like you're a supporter instead of fanatic fanboy.
It is a foolish, what you're doing is what you do when you're the victim
correct
of domestic violence. You're making excuse.
Yeah.
It is a foolish notion, especially in an instance where the letdowns, you allow them to be so brutal. The Dallas Cowboys are not an authority of your emotion. It does not work that way. It's ludicrous.
Yeah, it's I have a healthy relationship with him now.
No, you are the target. You are the individual that needs to hear this most.
But I see things for what this last weekend. I stopped watching at the halftime.
Ooh.
I wasn't going to sit there and let my mood get ruined. So, okay, I see what you guys are doing. Oh, you're doing one of these again. Okay, cool. Go on to Netflix.
It's like having a bad parent is what it is.
So I'm like, all right, this is what you guys are on today.
You know what you can't do, Cowboys fan? Discipline the Cowboys for failing you so regularly.
And that's why we just got to try to push.
Who is we?
The victims of the Dallas Cowboys.
I like that. Yeah, that's the we you're in.
Let's state that clearly.
That was the first we you accepted. But we need to push on social media and just try to maybe stop going to the games.
You need your name is specific. Stop it. You need to withhold your time, you need to withhold your money, and you need to withhold your emotion, because they are not an authority of or entitled to control those things. They cannot have your energy, they cannot have your effort, and they especially cannot, at the prices they put everything at, have your thousands and thousands of dollars. Stop it.
Until Real Madrid puts out their last fiscal year's earnings, the Cowboys are the most valuable sports franchise in the world.
Correct.
They have hustled you for decades now with no results whatsoever. And you still, every week, whether it's Thursday or Sunday or Monday, you think this is the one. Dak Prescott's going to throw for 400 yards. Ezekiel Elliott's back. He started cutting his shirts in half again.
Just like in the Jason Garrett days.
He's back, baby.
Well,
they're not.
Some of us fans, like I said, have healthy relationships. And another fellow fan, I think, is Howard, friend of the show, who's on the line.
Oh, okay. So Howard is going to join us.
Very self-loathing.
And he is the first thing he's going to do is he's going to tell you that it's not fanatic, that it's entitled. Friend of the show, Howard, welcome. How are you?
You know, Isaiah, as much as I hate to agree with Mr. Slow, there's a lot of Cowboy fans that feel entitled.
Yeah.
I don't think you and I fall in that category. And, I'm a little disappointed. You went Netflix at halftime, and I continued to endure through the pain and the self-loathing till the bitter end.
Yeah.
I was in a bar in my Moose Lodge with a bunch of people drinking and enduring through the abuse to the point where I went home and started hunting down neighborhood cats and decapitating them.
That's okay. That's okay. We kind of hasty in to get to that reference.
Okay. All right.
Sorry. Well, I guess I went a little too far on the dark side there. But
they do you like that.
Kyler Murray, golly, Derek Carr just looked like all world.
Oh, that's his name?
Alvin Kamara looked like all world, and that's because our defense looked like Swiss cheese.
Exactly.
I mean, it was so. I looked at Zimmer, and he was just sitting there with a dumbfounded look on his face. And I'm like, did you really think you were going to pull a Cleveland every week of the year because Cleveland just did not care about that football game? So neither did Deshaun Watson. So it's sad. Golly, man, and we're in a division that's a very winnable division.
You're right.
I just don't get it.
You're right. But
I think we're going to do it. We're going to struggle to finish third.
You think so? No. There's hope here. Here's why there's hope. Here's why there's hope. It was very evident that they just weren't trying. They weren't putting in the same amount of effort. Like the way they were getting off the ball.
So they're quitters too.
Yeah, you got to mention that. They left at halftime to watch Netflix.
Well, I figured out that they are allowed to do whatever they want the night before the game. So
yeah, they're adults.
Isaiah, will you do me a favor? Pull up the GPS on your phone. Go to Google Maps or Apple Maps or wherever. Put in Jerry Jones's penthouse address, walk underneath his balcony, and stand there as he from the outside of that balcony relieves himself onto you, and you say that it's raining champagne. Because that is what we, the sane fan of sport, are hearing. We are hearing
that was a very no reach there. And that's exactly what we're hearing.
Isaiah,
He's got reach. He's got the high ground.
I'm 27.
See, you have not endured like I have. I mean, Fred's right. They went home to watch Netflix. And in fact, I bet they used your password. I mean, come on.
It's a co-op.
My first game. My first game was Romo fumbling the snap. That was the first game I watched. So I saw that and I thought, I want to see this guy thrive.
I am so disappointed in the Cowboys, and you know what? If they don't bounce back against the Ravens, I just don't know how you bounce back.
Ravens are the ones that are bouncing back.
Correct.
The only good thing that happened to me this week is I annihilated my guy in fantasy. I scored 172 points.
That's not a lot.
So,
with no Cowboys on your team.
So I guess maybe I may just become a fantasy football fan this year. But
yeah, there you go.
My Cowboys, they suck, Isaiah, until they show me different. They suck.
Howard and Zay, you guys are both very high in my personal log of people in my life. Like in my Rolodex, I put you guys near the top. And I'm going to tell you this. There's so much delusion in your world. You're going to get Bill Belichick. You're not. You're going to get Brandon Staley. I cannot stress this to you. That is the exact coach you're going to end up with because he's as soft as the fan base for this team. And that's where it ends up. Dallas Cowboys know everything else in the world of entertainment and sanity. Yes, that's it.
They're unloading Dak Prescott and a handful of picks to the Raiders next year, and they'll be drafting Shadur Sanders, and Deion Sanders are going to be your defensive coordinator. They're going to blow it all up, and the Sanders family, like the Ball family, are going to infiltrate your organization, and then it's over.
Yeah, and speaking of unload, I don't know if Jerry's relieving anything at the age of 99.
Ha! That's why he wears those baggy suits.
Relieving himself off the balcony of his penthouse and you calling it champagne is perhaps the best visual I could have created for that.
It's strong visual.
Yeah, he's biting his lip when he says this a little bit.
Jerry was biting his lip.
No. You were just biting yours. Looking on the Facebook live chat.
I mean, I got chapped lips, brother. I mean, it's dry out here in the desert. I don't get to hydrate them with Jerry Jones's relief. I mean, I just not living that same life a Dallas Cowboy fan is. That's classic Cowboys too, right? Can't attack the content, have to attack the person. Like, I don't have a defense for the thing. Yeah.
It's low.
You can tell when a guy hangs out at KKOB all day. Cowboys fan. I'm over it. You know what we're doing the rest of the week? Zero Cowboys.
But the thing about the Cowboys fans is they have a lot of different versions. There's like 20 different versions of a Cowboys fan. So although we all are rooting for the same team, you can't even really generalize this because some of us are super fed up. Some of us are still all in. Some of us are delusional about it. Some of us, like Howard, think we're going to finish third. Like, if we were to have 10 Cowboy fans and take them off the street, I think all of them, on average, none of them would say the same. I mean, maybe 50% would say first, but there's some people would even say fourth because they're so upset with the team.
If anyone says they're better than mediocre, they're lying. They're the exact middle.
They're just unpredictable. They're very, very inconsistent, extremely inconsistent.
You better hope 9-8 gets you into the playoffs this year.
Well, they won't be 9-8. I promise you that.
8 and 9, I don't think is going to get you into the playoffs.
That one definitely won't.
When we get back from the break, we got a guest after this?
We do. Aubrey Lujan of the YMCA sitting in with us.
That's pretty good. I like that. It's 2 Men On. 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal. we're excited to have you. So put that right in front of your mouth.
Right.
So whenever Aubrey was putting on her headset, she did the classic freak out, turn it around backwards move.
Yep. Classic.
So that's how we start this thing.
I'm glad I'm not the only one.
Aubrey, give us your job title here at the Y.
So I am the lead membership service representative and then also the manager on duty.
All right, so let me get this straight. So when people come in to sign up with the Y because Van told them to, they meet with you, and you are the person that helps them through the threshold that is the door of the YMCA to the fellowship and fitness that they desire?
Yes, I am the gatekeeper.
Let's go.
No Aubrey. Only
Zool.
Zool. Dang it.
Oh, I would have got it. All right, so it's welcoming week. We're talking about that off the air. But what it is, it's a worldwide initiative. You're doing a ton. You're waiving fees. You're getting people in. Tell us about it, and we will do oohs and ahs.
Okay. So basically, if you're not familiar with the YMCA,
Who's not?
Who's not? So okay, I'm gonna segue actually, but welcoming week.
Yeah.
Basically, I consider the YMCA the most welcoming place on earth. So
Sure.
Disneyland, the happiest place on earth, for the most welcoming place on earth.
I like that.
And
Not for the employees.
and welcoming week basically is a chance for us to come together as a Y community, but also as a nation to see our diversity across the world and come together in community, because the Y is more than dim, we're a community. So if you're interested in trying out, it is free to the public. You can come get a free workout in.
Love it.
From September 13th to the 22nd.
Including group fitness?
Yes, including group fitness. So each day we have a class that you can participate in, from Zumba to a barbell class with Ashley, one of our best trainers.
She's
here.
so strong.
Yeah, she's so strong. And then even African dance. Our new group exercise director, Camilla, is fantastic. She's brought so much life back into that.
Now,
program.
Van has 2 Brazilian feet. Can he do African dance?
I think he could try.
Allow me. What's a Brazilian foot?
It's
Like
whenever you,
actually a
I'm really
yeah.
good at soccer.
No,
What does that mean?
it's whenever you wax all the hair off your toes.
Oh, well, it makes me more aerodynamic in
Yeah,
the pool.
that's- okay. I was just trying to.
Yeah, come on. Everybody knows that.
And we're also waiving our joining fee during this time.
Okay.
Typically $50 to join. It's going to be $0.
That's like giving $50 to people.
Yes, absolutely.
Really?
So
Wow.
it's a fantastic time to come sign up, enjoy everything we have to offer. On the 20th, we're having a potluck. So even
What? Like an old-fashioned Midwest one?
Probably
Yeah, pretty
more
much.
beans and rice at this one.
yes, it's a little bit,
All right,
a
on the
bit more
count of
diverse.
3, everyone give me their go-to potluck food. Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Indica.
Wendy's nuggets.
I was going to say spaghetti. I don't know.
Oh, that kind of
That
potluck.
pot.
I was
Yeah,
sorry.
that's the kind you're talking
I
about.
was thinking of a different pot.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad. My bad.
Don't bring Van's
Strikes again.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
You bring my potluck item, we're gonna finish all the other potluck items.
Isaiah's,
Guarantee that.
yeah, Isaiah's greens are different than your greens.
Yes.
So
Yeah, I got the collard green.
yeah, and I got the R green leaf. Not a sponsor of the program. I don't. So
That route, no.
yeah. So welcoming week here at the Y for the waiving fees, the tour. The thing I always make sure we mention is the family membership. Cannot stress this to you. You put your family in, your kids play athletics for free. It is incredible. I think it's $10 for the jersey or whatever it costs.
It's 15, but still, like,
Still.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's still a steal. They'll
Yeah.
wear it for at least 2 growth spurts.
yes, absolutely. And without a membership, it's $185. So you are honestly gaining more benefit than
You're giving people $235 in value. Is that what you just said to me?
Yes.
Oh my God, that's so crazy.
For a free $337 in value, put all your family in here. Bring everyone. We know you got a big family, Albuquerque.
Aubrey Lujan is with us. She runs membership here at the Y. How incredible. Okay. You started at the front desk.
Yes.
Like, you're the story of success here.
Yeah.
You're like young college kid, no clue, wanted to get a job, pursue personal health. And if you're a friend of the show who's maybe back in town for college, if you're a friend of the show who's maybe looking for a new fall opportunity or a little holiday spending money or a little whatever, the YMCA, as far as employment goes, is like the absolute best.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Just and I do have to give props to my director, Jock. He's been incredible. He really does help facilitate that
Love
most
that.
welcoming place on earth here at the Y. And I honestly love working with everyone here. So I feel like we do a great job at encompassing that mission in our community. Again, I can't stress enough, we're not just a gym, we are a community. So especially when it comes to childcare, we are leading in the nation for that. And so I think I'm glad you brought up that family membership and the importance of that.
And the why is so crucial too, like because there are a lot of options to help families who need family care. Like there are waiver systems for the state of New Mexico, and the YMCA helps walk you through all that stuff.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. So if at all the reason that you're not taking advantage of the services at the Y is because you don't feel like you have the knowledge, that knowledge can be available to you, and the Y will help you through those processes, and you can do that all starting with Aubrey. How cool. How fun. Anything we missed?
So I think actually I'm glad you brought that up. So the Y does actually offer financial aid. So we do not want to turn anyone away for inability to pay. And
Right.
that is something that you need. We are more than welcome to help you out with that.
Love everything about that. Love everything about that. Coming out of the YMCA, the Horn YMCA, also the McLeod YMCA, located up there in the Heights, the intersection of Comanche and Tramway, or at least a stone's throw from it. And you can go and you can be a member. You get access to both facilities. Again, mention the youth, sports included in family memberships. Aubrey, final word before we let you go.
Honestly, I think you covered everything. And it was great to talk to you guys. And thank you for having me on.
Would you like to say hi, Mom, or no?
Oh, hi, Mom, if you're listening. I told her.
I bet she is. I bet she is.
I mean, I hung out with Aubrey's mom one night at an ice cream game. She's like the nicest.
Yes. I agree.
Like the super. What were they serving? It was like some sort of spiked
Yeah, it was
tea or something.
whiskey or
A
something.
whiskey
Yeah,
tea or
Yeah,
something.
infused. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
okay.
it was not like the 16-ounce cup. It was like the 24-ounce.
24 ounces. Oh, it was tea infused vodka. That's what it was.
That-
It was
okay.
sweet tea vodka. It's from a local distillery here in
We
Keller.
could not have been happier
they're
about
so
this, man.
Oh, man. It can't be as good as our friends at Teller.
It was Teller vodka.
It was
It
Teller
Oh, then,
vodka, yeah.
okay. Well, then,
It was Teller.
then it was the best.
was Teller vodka in tea, not the tea from Teller vodka. I don't even think they make that anymore.
Oh, they do. Yes, they do.
You're telling me I can still get it?
Yes, you can get Teller teas.
Let's go.
Wherever you get your Teller product, go get you a Teller tea too.
Is it diabetes friendly?
Oh man, I can't speak onto that. I am not a
believe-
doctor.
Don't
I
believe
only
that.
play one on television.
Aubrey, we do Monday Night Football at Howie's, and I become
okay.
the vodka soda king.
Oh,
I got it down to a science. You can't do one every 10 minutes the way you can Bud Lights.
Oh no.
No.
Don't drink them at the same pace.
Yeah.
You drink
Not
pitchers of
recommend
Bud Light.
I had so many opening night of Monday Night Football. I accidentally called 2 Ubers.
Did you do like one Uber and one Lyft and see who got there first?
And then I told them to race each other to my house. Aubrey, thank you for coming on the program one last time. Best way to connect with you at the Y.
so that would be our number. That is 505-595-1515.
There you go. Welcome to the Y, new friends.
Yes,
It's
welcome to
Tuning
the
On.
Y. Please come on down.
Live from the Horn YMCA, 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Channel.
This
Welcome back to the program. Welcome back to 2 Men On. We're at the Horn YMCA. We're having a lot of fun with it. Danielle Lucero joins us. She's representing the Rio Grande Down Syndrome Network. The Buddy Walk van is this Saturday. You know that's out at the Expo or Fairgrounds if you were there last weekend. Danielle, welcome to the show. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me on.
All right, Buddy Walk. You're going to have to define it for a van.
Thank you.
Buddy Walk is Rio Grande Down Syndrome Network's largest fundraiser. This is our 15th year.
What?
Hosting the walk here in Albuquerque. It's an international event held everywhere, and it's been around since 1995. But our 15th year here in Albuquerque. So we have our big walk, but we have lots of games, activities, entertainment. It's a really great opportunity to celebrate our loved ones with Down syndrome and raise some money for the programming that Rio Grande Down Syndrome Network does.
What's the longest anyone's ever walked?
Great
Because I
question.
want to beat the record.
Ooh, I don't know.
Is it on the horse track?
It is on Main Street this
Close.
year.
That's close.
Okay.
I don't know what the longest is, but maybe you can hold the record and we'll start tracking it this
I get to
year.
be the
You can
first?
set the bar.
Do
All right,
you
let's start with one lap.
Do you count distance on the ski lift thing? Because I could just take that ski lift thing nonstop.
Ooh, good idea.
Well, this is our first year having an expo, so you're bringing a lot of good ideas to the table in terms of what we can do.
If there was what is it, like an endurance ride that ski lift fundraiser,
Right.
I could win that. Like, I feel like I could really post up in a comfortable way.
No one sits like you sit, brother.
Oh,
Yeah.
Can we take
Champ.
that? That can be the Fred event at
Yes.
Buddy Walk from here on out.
I don't hate it.
A sit-in?
Yeah.
Historically, that meant something different.
What did that mean
A
historically?
sit-in?
Can you give me one example?
Don't you have a history degree?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rio Grande Down Syndrome Network is at or near the best. I don't know how to say it. You and I worked together on some projects with them before. We had a fun dinner gala, Western old-timey cowboy shootout
Denim and diamonds.
Ooh.
van. They brought in cowboys and robbers to shoot up the place, and it was the most entertaining thing I ever saw in my life. They stuck up the crowd for donations. I'd never seen anything so entertaining.
And we're wildly successful.
What was our number? What did we raise it at?
We, I think after all was said and done, all right, so you can see I'm already on a Buddy Walk. I
Yeah.
think we were sitting at about 75,000.
Yeah.
Stop. And that went to help individuals with Down syndrome?
That went to help 450 families that
Let's
we currently
go.
serve across northern New Mexico.
And we've talked about this on air. Van and I have a young man in our life who has Down syndrome, and he
Sure.
means the world to us. And he is special and fun and unique and a tyrant and a tormentor and the absolute worst at times. And we love him more than anything in the whole world. And his family was able to come with me to that event, and we had an absolute blast. So thank you for that. When you talk about the services provided, what are you guys providing at the Rio Grande Down Syndrome Network? How are you helping this 400 plus families?
So when the organization was started, it really was a place to host networking events for families to kind of have a community of support. So we definitely still do lots of that. We have things for play groups for kids. We have adult outings. We have things for moms to get together. And then we, over the years, have really evolved to offering inclusive programming, adaptive sports, life skill courses like cooking, bike riding, things that you and I take for granted that some of our individuals with Down syndrome just need a little extra support or a different way to learn how to do some of those things. And then we also offer scholarships for families to go to national conventions to learn more about resources and things that, studies and things that are happening in the Down syndrome community. But we also just launched a post-secondary scholarship because what's really exciting is that more and more people with Down syndrome are graduating college or wanting to go to college.
Sure.
They want to live independently. They want to work. And so the post-secondary scholarship offers them the opportunity to pursue whatever they want after high school.
You mentioned you help over 450 families in the area. First off, that's amazing. What does those different levels of support look like for different situations?
Yeah. So every stage of life is different. A lot of times in the very beginning, parents will get a prenatal diagnosis or have a newborn baby who is diagnosed with Down syndrome, and they're just not sure who to turn to for resources. There's a lot of things that take place in those first few months of a child's life. A lot of times, health scares, some things that come along with having a new baby with Down syndrome, and they just need that support and to feel like they're not alone, especially if they're not familiar with Down syndrome. And so we offer things like welcome baskets, resources, but then you get into school age where you're dealing with IEPs and adaptive sports.
Sure.
And so having a place where you can turn to, having a community that can help give you advice or show you different resources that are available. And then again, like I said, adults who are, moving into the next phase of life and are wanting to really take their independence to the next level.
RGDSN.org, man. That's Rio Grande Down Syndrome Network's website. It's right there on the front page. You go to that resource and you'll have an opportunity to support. You can still register for the walk.
You can still register. Online registration closes at midnight Friday. You can register on site on Saturday.
Well, I love that. Now, what time is the event?
It starts at 10 a.m. Gates open at 9:30. We go until 1 p.m.
Okay, so you can go do the walk, go watch Lobos football, then drive up to Santa Fe and watch Duke City Championship Wrestling at the International Folk Art Museum all in one day.
Best day of the year.
Can't handle this. Cannot handle this. Also, and I don't know who Johnny Walkers are. $22,000
Amazing.
for a single team.
Amazing.
We're in trouble, man. We're
The Johnny Walkers is
Johnny-
the name of their team.
First of all, fabulous name.
Yeah, well done.
Fabulous kid if you know him. He is incredible and incredible at that fundraising goals.
Walk participants, it is $20. Are you still doing t-shirts or no?
T-shirts now are first come, first serve.
Limited.
Okay,
Okay, it's
okay.
exclusive now. Okay, I like that. Walk participants without a t-shirt, $15. Individuals with Down syndrome, they are free. Save t-shirts for like our competitors. Okay,
gotcha.
Get them out. Thank you. Also, please note the 9:30 arrival is not Albuquerque 9:30. Like you get
Good point,
there,
yeah.
get there on time. Like help Danielle and her team get this thing going without your dilly-daddling. Dilly-daddle during the walkers.
There'll be lots of fun games and events that you want to get there early and take advantage of also. So
I'm assuming gate 3 off San Pedro.
that is exactly right.
Way to go. Anything we missed?
No, we would love to, if you've never been to the event, we'd love for you to come out and support. I think you'll be inspired, which is the theme of the walk.
Now, obviously, the friends of the show want to know, because I emceed the last event, did you just not want an MC for this event? Was the
Ouch.
feedback poor? What was, I mean,
How poorly did he do? The floor is yours. Go ahead.
We really didn't want to give them too much Fred all at once. I think we have you slated for April of 2025.
Oh, do we? Do it?
Check your calendar. I thought that I think you're penciled on mine.
Well, and to be fair, Van, the payment. To be fair. Now the payment I received for this is all in high fives.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my compensation plan. But I do cash those in. I cash them all in.
You didn't have a Justin Herbert-esque hand injury from all the high fives, did you?
Nice. I like the way you did that. That was very good. This Saturday, show up at 9:30. Walk starts at 10. Bring a crisp $20 bill or more, and you can be a part of this event. How many participants do you expect?
Ooh, we're hoping to beat last year's attendance, 2,500, 3,000.
Wow.
It gets bigger and bigger every year. It's amazing, this community of support that comes out for this event.
I'm looking at some of the teams,
Yes.
and like the totals raised, the number of, this is an effort here.
We have, I think, over 70 individual teams, and you don't have to join a team. You can come as an individual, but 70 teams who are rallying behind somebody that they know they love with Down syndrome.
Love that. If you're not able to be there in person, not just is it a register link, it is also a donate link. So if monetarily is the way you can from afar, we do encourage you to do so. And then I think I say this without asking all the time. As far as contributors, as far as individuals that want to support that cannot monetarily support, do you take those people? You need people to help with trash and moving crowds and parking.
We are always looking for volunteers for all of our events that we host year round. We also are looking for additional community partners. So if you can't give a monetary donation, but there is an opportunity to help out with a life skills course, or there's already something existing that you can offer a participation to some of our community, we would love to partner with more local businesses and organizations who can support our mission.
we did not mention Danielle is with Ciarza Digital Media. You guys do a ton of tremendous effort with different not-for-profits around the community. Also, like legitimate shoot businesses like LLCs that are for profit. But your effort in these things goes noticed. So thank you to you and Ciarza for being a part of that.
Thank you.
Whenever we get back, man, we wrap up the 5 o'clock hour here at the YMCA, the Horn location. It's tuning on 95.9 FM and AM 610 Sports Animal. Welcome back to the program. Welcome back to 2 Men On. We're live at the Horn YMCA. Been a good program thus far. Big thank you to Danielle Lucero who joined us talking about the Buddy Walk. That's out at the fairgrounds this Saturday, supporting Rio Grande Down Syndrome Network.
Is the Horn hiring? They hiring personal trainers, you think?
Oh, well, I mean, like qualified good ones. Like, are you asking for yourself?
Yeah.
Good question. I was asking for a qualified good one.
No. Okay.
Well, always. They're always looking for good people here at the Y.
Okay, cool.
I think that is true. I do believe that's true. IshamDentalABQ.com, 505-881-0422. Go to IshamDentalABQ.com. You register there online, get that free exam and x-ray. That's the way you do it. Get those dentures mapped out, Medicare AB, all your insurance providers. The fingers that have been in my mouth can be in your mouth if you head over to Isham Dental. Get that grill taken care of. It's our Isham Dental soundbite of the day.
Ground ball to third, but it's foul ball. According to the second base umpire, he said he didn't foul it off himself. And now, the spot of the manager's coming out here. Altuve said he fouled it.
Ooh, I think it might have tipped his foot.
Right?
I don't believe this is reviewable.
He took his shoe off. And he's trying to show him where it hit
So
him.
sweet.
And now he's been ejected. Or Spada has anyway. One of them have been ejected. Might have been Altuve.
So this is from the Astros game last night.
That is correct.
I can prove it.
And the Isham Dental soundbite of the day is Jose Altuve showing where a baseball hit him in the big knuckle of his big toe.
That is correct.
You're the biggest Astros fan of all time.
Yeah, that is also accurate. This is a universally hilarious moment, just not being an Astros fan. Astros fan notwithstanding. Jose Altuve fouled one off his foot, and it rolled up to the third baseman, Manny Machado. Manny Machado throws him out at first, and Jose Altuve doesn't even run down to the first baseline because he is very sure, because he has feeling in his toe, that the ball hit his toe and then was a foul ball. And he went to such extraordinary lengths that he took his cleats and his stirrups and his socks off and showed the umpire his bruised foot and immediately got kicked out of the game.
He said, "This little piggy," and then got kicked out of the game.
That is accurate. So did the manager. And in his defense, in this post-game interview, he said, batters take their batting glove off all the time to show the umpire that they got hit. Why couldn't I do it with my foot? And that's very fair.
Isaiah, welcome back to the conversation. There's a joke. There's a joke about Major League Baseball because it's 150-ish years old. You'll never see anything new in baseball. There's this joke.
Mm-hmm.
It happens all the time.
It still happens all the time, including a guy taking his cleats.
This is the first time a guy has been ejected with one shoe
off. And he didn't even bother taking the other shoe off or putting the other cleat back on. And he just walked off the field after he got ejected with the one cleat on.
It's like it's not like he was being super disrespectful. I feel like the guy threw him out because you got proved wrong. It's like you just got proved wrong to your face. There's nothing else you can do. Everyone just saw you look at yourself being wrong for a call that I'm guessing wasn't reviewable. So he just felt
showed him up. You think that's what it was?
Yeah, showed him up.
Just like not to switch sports, but when Pat Bev showed the referee, like went and grabbed the camera and showed him, like, see, it was not out on me, and the ref threw him out of the game right away.
Well, that's a good example. I think a more universally known one is that Key and Peele sketch where they tell him he can only do 2 pumps, and as soon as he does the third pump,
he's done.
He's done.
Yeah.
This series has been crazy.
It's been a fun one. It's going to be a playoff preview.
It's like WWE.
They're going after each other.
You put this in WWE tier. That's what this one has been.
I love it. Hey, look, umpires out there who are making an ass out of yourselves and putting all the attention on yourself. Look, usually I'm very against it, but considering the very next time the umpires union has a new collective bargaining agreement with MLB, umpires are gone. We have the technology. We have way better robots than these humans. So look, umpires, yes, have a viral moment, have a gifable moment, have a memeable moment. Enjoy your time before you're replaced by robots.
What's slowing that up? Because it's not like, I mean, you have to pay an umpire, or you don't have to pay a robot. I know it costs to create it, or
you pay a robot once.
Yeah, you pay one time to create it, but then so like I don't understand. I mean, it's the same reason why grocery stores are going to self checkouts.
Because baseball has a fantastic union, and so do the umpires.
Also,
you can't get rid of them until the next round of collective bargaining is up.
Don't let whatever
and then they're gone.
Don't let whatever crappy podcast you listen to make you think that grocery stores are anything except for a monopoly on their consumer base, and the reason that prices are soaring for conglomerates and enterprise, and they are soaring for cost for consumer. Small town grocery is dead. Also, good thing that foul tip didn't hit him in the cup.
It's a good point. It's a good point. I think that one might have been a little more obvious. Or it didn't foul off and hit him in the buzzer on his shoulder. He's cheating.
He says, look, I'll prove it to you.
Well, I'm like, really, come on. Just going to show me up like that?
It doesn't take him a lot of distance for him to lean over and point at his toe because he's so cute and tiny.
He's lady
but
baby.
He was doing the double palms open. Nah.
He's like
just pointing at his foot like, looky here. Here is your evidence, Blue.
He's Bryce Young sized.
Bryce Young looks like a giant next to Altuve.
You ever heard Altuve's? You ever heard him speak?
Yeah, it's adorable.
His voice is what you think it should be.
Adorable.
His voice is.
Yeah.
People, they take off their gloves, but why can't I take off my cleat?
What thing it didn't hit me in the cup? I would have had to take off my jock. the home plate umpire is like, no, dude, I get it.
Yeah.
No. Wait, why was he out? I didn't even really figure that part out.
Because he didn't call it a foul ball.
He just didn't run to first.
Yeah.
That's stupid.
The call stood.
I thought he even hit him foul territory after that. That's the beauty of radio, theater of the mind.
Yeah,
I didn't really get it.
No, it went to second base.
He kicked it to second base. He goes, oh. You know, when you're playing Donkey Kong and little Mario kicks the thing. He's so little. There's no way he'd be good at any other sport.
I mean, he is soccer size. I mean, let's be clear here.
Yeah, foosball table.
Soccer size from a soccer country.
He's a little baby guy.
Adorable. First ballot Hall of Famer, Jose Altuve.
Alcute. Like a little orange.
He's 1 inch shorter than Messi.
It's true.
Messi can jump over a building.
Zay, I don't know if you know this, but there is a website, and you can visit it right now if you like. It's called How Many Altuves, and you could put any 2 points of reference, and they will tell you how many Altuves are in between that.
Wow.
Do this. Do second story balcony of Jerry Jones's penthouse.
In your face.
In your face. That's what I gotta get a breather. It's tubing on. 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Channel.
Johnson on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sport.
Mike's hot.
Welcome back to the program. Welcome back to Two Men On. We are live in the Horn YMCA. If you're a friend of the show who tells other friends of the show about this show, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
We appreciate it. But it's not just Two Men On. It's all KNML.
Mailman called earlier.
What did he?
Thank you.
Friend of the show, Mailman.
Yeah, he says put some respect on the Steelers, but then he says thank you, and that KNML gets him through the day. He's in the car a lot.
Love that.
Aww.
Well, he's in the mail truck. He's in the mail truck. Let's be real transparent. We're going to we do this kind of every fall, but probably not this one. When are the Packers on Monday Night Football?
Hopefully every week. That'd be awesome.
Well, it's not what it is.
Oh, dang it.
I'm going to guess week 9.
Yeah, but we're going to have together our Monday Night Football, the traditional friend of the show get together we do every fall, which we should have already looked at the date on it. So we're doing a little on-air producing. We could do it on the Cowboys game. No, wait, that's not one.
No one will show up.
Yeah, no one will show up. I have to do it on a. I'm doing on a.
Or that'll be the most packed day.
Week 16. That's 12:23. That's a little bit down the road. We might need to pick an earlier one, Van.
Yeah, or one that's not 2 days before Christmas.
Yeah. We'll find a good one. If we were to do the Cowboys game.
Texans at Cowboys, week 11.
That's middle of November.
That's right before the week before Thanksgiving.
We could also do it week 10. That's 11-11, make a wish, as the Dolphins, led by Bryce Young, are going to beat up on the Rams. So
we could do week 9. Baker Mayfield goes into Kansas City and upsets Travis Kelce, Patrick Mahomes, and Taylor Swift.
We could have a lot of fun making a mailman special, do the Giants at the Steelers. Because if we're having a party during that blowout, it'll be a lot of fun.
How did the Giants get on Monday Night Football?
TV market, Van. Do you want me to walk through that?
No one's watching them, even in New York or New Jersey.
The New Jersey Jets play the New York Bills in week 6. I mean,
that's always a good one.
They know what they're doing there. The Bills are on this week too, right? Jaguars at the Bills.
It's a doubleheader. Titans, Dolphins, and Seahawks, Lions this week. No, I am.
No, it's Commanders, Bengals.
Filthy liar.
So
Commanders,
the Washington
Bengals.
Guardians at the Bengals. Yeah.
The following week
is doubleheader again.
Yeah, we got 2 doubleheaders 2 weeks in a row.
Well, that might be the way to go then.
Little one for everything.
So let's do that. Let's rush it then. So not this Monday, but next Monday. Let's figure it out.
Figure it out.
9:30. I like that a lot. The NFL has. This is so stupid. Pro football, not the NFL, has announced 167 nominees for this year's Hall of Fame class. First-time nominees include Joe Staley, Marshall Yanda, who I don't know who that is, Eli Manning, Luke Kuechly, who I've been confused for too many times, Terrell Suggs, and Vinatieri. They do like a big vote. It goes down to 50 players. That's the one you learn about. If Torrey Holt doesn't make it this year, I don't think I understand what the qualifications are for this thing. Put Eli Manning in.
Isaac Bruce is already in, right?
They're like all in. All of the greatest show on turf.
Yeah, Torrey Holt's got to get into.
Do you put Eli Manning in the first year? Is he elite? Can't spell elite without Eli.
He's got the right last name, and he's got 2 Super Bowl wins, so I think that's enough.
Over the best to ever do it. Adam Vinatieri. Oh, go ahead.
Steven Jackson, what's your take on him?
He's real good for 1 minute. Never won anything. Did not love the game. We've been over this one before. He did not care about football. He only cared about getting paid. And after he got paid, he was done. And then that inspired Todd Gurley to do the exact same thing.
So sweet.
So sweet. And it sucked for him because you don't ever want to be the guy that replaces Derek Jeter. And that's what Steven Jackson had to do in St. Louis. He had to replace Marshall Faulk.
Yeah.
Fred, Trung candidate. Shut up. You don't want to be the guy to replace the guy.
For your Rams, though, from 2005 all the way up until 2012, he hit 1,000 yards every year, never rushed for less than 4 yards a carry.
Mm-hmm. And then he got the Rams stripped out of St. Louis.
Him personally, don't know how accurate that is.
He had world beater Mark Bolger right next to him. The only guy on this list who's a first ballot is Adam Vinatieri. Adam Vinatieri goes in on the first. Terrell Suggs does not. Luke Kuechly does not.
Luke Kuechly.
Oh, yes.
He was the best in the biz there for a minute.
On the worst team.
Luke Kuechly is a first ballot. He's a first ballot. I don't think, I mean, if you really want to get specific, you can't really just say any other linebacker does anything better than him.
It felt like he retired 5 years before he actually retired. That's how irrelevant he was at the end of his career.
Well, he was good all the way until he quit. His whole career, he was a stud, and he cashed out early, like a very smart man.
At that position, when you age, especially with like the way he played, there's no way you can keep that up going. I mean, like he literally was a DB / defensive lineman, all combined into one, which of course is what a linebacker should be. But this guy used to shut down like entire sides of the field at 240 pounds.
No. Scheme against him. Panthers didn't win nothing with him. Yeah, are you going to tell me he changed the position? The position's all but gone away.
He did though. He was one of the main, like Ray Lewis was a big hitter, but Luke Kuechly came in and was one of the guys that he would hit you, but he also would go out there and guard your slot.
Let's make sure we take Ray Lewis off any sort of pedestal he might be on, not just in your head, but friend of the show's head. Everything Ray Lewis did in the NFL is now illegal. The way that Ray Lewis played NFL football is not allowed due to the rules today.
This is a fact. But Luke Kuechly was that combination to show you. Like, I bet Fred Warner, I guarantee if you asked him who he looked up to, he'd say Luke Kuechly. Because Fred Warner's another guy that goes out there and he'll tackle your running back in the backfield, but he'll also go cover your.
Are you sure he looks up to him? Because Luke Kuechly's never screamed incoherently into a microphone and being forced down everyone's throats and pep talks at stupid motivational meetings for either your sports team or business department. Like Ray Lewis, Fred Warner's actual hero.
Okay, I thought you were explaining Fred Warner for a second. I'm like, I didn't know he screamed at anybody.
No, that was Ray Lewis, and that's who he would claim as his hero.
But still, Ray Lewis, even if you don't have him on a pedestal, when you thought linebacker, you would think hitting hard because of him. Or if you don't want to say him, you can say Brian Urlacher.
London Fletcher. Give me London Fletcher all day.
Over Urlacher?
For everyone.
Hey, Luke Kuechly, I thought he would have played like 10 or 11 years.
Yeah.
He only played 8 years.
Yeah, I told you that.
He was an all-pro every year.
He's like an Aaron Donald.
8 straight years. All-pro.
He beat out that cat with that you liked, wore 69, the defensive end for Defensive Player of the Year, Jaron Allen.
He was a dog.
He ain't in the Hall of Fame.
Should be.
No.
He must not be eligible yet. He should be first ballot.
Last year was the first year he was eligible.
He's not going to get in before Luke Kuechly. He wasn't nothing.
That's wild.
I bet if you look at the list, though, who made it, maybe there's an argument. I don't know exactly off the top of my head.
Here's what I know. A lot of guys play the game, and everyone who thinks they watch them play thinks that they're all-time good. That list is not what you think it is. Guys like Marshawn Lynch and Darren Sproles and Demaryius Thomas and Vernon Davis and Delaney Walker and Travis Frederick and Ryan Khalil and Joe Staley and Antoine Bethea and Aqib Talib and Earl Thomas will all not get in. We watched them play their entire careers. None of them were good enough.
This is I got the perfect comp.
Okay.
Luke Kuechly is the Terrell Davis of linebackers. He was the best for a short stint.
Oh, okay.
Defensive Rookie of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year, All-Pro every year of his career, walked away before he was a shell of himself.
Yeah. And Travis Frederick and Marshawn, I was making sure every single name you said, I computed it. Travis Frederick and Marshawn were the two names that popped out. They should be first ballot. Travis did stop early, but there was some stat. I mean, that guy he went like 3 straight years without even giving up a pressure. That's insane. Travis and Earl Thomas.
Can you write the history of football without saying Travis Frederick's name?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's out.
He's probably on the Rushmore of centers.
Well, if you have a good center, you do Rushmore.
Mm-hmm. Excellent work.
Gotcha.
He's better than Kelsey. But Kelsey's just way more popular.
He's not in the Hall of Fame either.
Will be.
Boy, he's gonna be he's gonna be first ballot.
I'd like for him to get off my TV. He's terrible. He showed up in flip flops.
Did you see he at some rally gave this dude a big old chest
Trump?
bump?
Was it Trump?
It was not that kind
All
of
right.
rally. Kelsey gave some super fan a big chest bump, and the guy kind of fell backwards and blew his ACL. It's a real thing that happened last week.
I hate him.
Don't chest bump professional football players.
In this order,
They hit different, literally.
I number one hate Donna Kelsey. Put her at the top of the list.
Lovely lady. She's
Number
a lovely
2,
lady. You're super wrong.
Jason Kelsey.
Okay.
Number 3, probably Taylor Swift.
Mm-hmm.
I knew you were gonna go there.
What about Kelsey Grammer?
That's a good note.
Yeah.
Has there ever been a lineman as popular as Jason Kelsey? Ever? Larry Allen's the only other name I can think of.
Like offensive lineman? I dare you to look up the story of Barrett Robbins.
I don't know who he is. But Jason Kelsey, I mean, this guy usually as an offensive lineman, a lot of guys don't want to play it because you're told like, oh, you're never going to get any shine. You got to get used to not being the reason anybody wins. But Jason Kelsey has like completely diminished that notion. He's as popular. He's the most popular person on the Eagles.
Just because he dressed up as a pirate once and gave a speech, just because his brother is Travis Kelsey and his brother's girlfriend is Taylor Swift.
And his wife, I think, played soccer or something.
He won. He got like nominated. I think he won for what was it? That magazine for World's Sexiest Man.
He's part of the machine, Isaiah. We go over this all the time.
Oh, I know it. Because, I mean, the guy won World's Sexiest Man. I think Michael B. Jordan won it the year before.
I mean, that's an interpretive one. In matters of taste, I'm not going to sit here and tell you Michael B. Jordan's more desirable than this Kelsey cat. Like
It really depends on what you're into.
Matters of taste,
When
bro.
you got,
I mean,
when you got those. That's not even apples and oranges.
No. What's that saying?
That's like apples and a beat up Chevy truck.
What in the consumer is always right in matters of the customer is always right in matters of taste.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm into that. I super agree. Eli Manning, put him in. Adam Vinatieri, put him in. The rest of these chats, they don't ever have to show up.
Luke Kuechly better be unanimous.
Yeah, you got to put that guy.
Also, Antonio Gates, first ballot.
Was he on the list?
Yeah. Antonio Gates has to be in.
Dudes born in 1991 are going into the Hall of Fame, Van. How do you feel?
I already felt old without you saying that. That wasn't necessary at all.
I'm just trying to take care of you, dude. Giving you fun facts. And also, it's very okay to be in the Hall of Very Good. And if we're looking at the Pro Football Hall of Fame as the way I describe it, the Pro Football Hall of Famous, sure, you can put in this Kelsey cat when the time comes because he's famous. Luke Kuechly is not famous. Terrell Suggs is not famous. I don't know who Marshall Yanda is. He's not famous.
Now, hold on. One super famous cat that we haven't mentioned yet, unless we just glossed right over it.
Don't say Joe Staley because he's not famous.
Marshawn Lynch is up.
I said him.
I said
you did? My bad.
Yeah, no, I said him and Travis Frederick both stood out. And last year, Rondé Barber made it, and I think that you could have put Jared Allen, the DN, over him.
You could put one play from Marshawn Lynch's career into the Hall of Fame, and that's when they threw an interception on the 1 yard line in Seattle.
That's another one.
That's it.
Yep.
That's the only thing about his career.
Or the run heard wild in the world. That's a big one.
Oh, the one where he stiff armed one guy?
Mm-hmm.
That was sweet.
Marshawn has checked all the boxes.
Zero boxes.
Yeah, you have to include, if we're doing the tell the story of football,
yeah,
you mention Marshawn Lynch.
Like, for someone to come at the time he did and still not revolutionize the game, but I mean, during a time where there's Adrian Peterson and Chris Johnson, and he was still known as the toughest runner. He got his Super Bowl win, the Skittles, the fan favorite, the antics off the field on the sidelines, driving the golf cart.
The golf cart.
Oh my God, you guys didn't mention the only thing that actual matters. One time he won a Super Bowl.
I mentioned that, didn't I?
Also, he allegedly knocked out a guy for saying racist stuff to him.
He's the worst.
Remember that one?
Yeah, I super remember that.
You see his face after they threw that pick? He's just laughing. And then he later explained that he was laughing because he said he started laughing in the huddle. Once he heard the play call and it was the pass, he chuckled to himself and was like, they don't want to give me the shine. And then they threw the interception, and then he just said he walked right by Pete Carroll and smiled at him, laughed in his face.
The only way he gets into the Hall of Fame is if Skittles sponsors his way in. He's not getting in. He's no good. Adam Vinatieri. Everyone knows the highlight, and it's the best highlight in the history of football because it's when flash photography still existed, and that's why no highlights are any good anymore because you don't get that sweet crowd shot of flash photography. When he hits that field goal against the Rams and starts the trajectory that is Tom Brady's ascension to greatness outside of who? Eli Manning, who also gets into the Hall of Fame. Adam Vinatieri, Eli Manning, first timers, and the only two guys from this nominating class.
Give me Antonio Gates.
Sucks.
Give me Marshawn Lynch.
Not worth it.
Give me Luke Kuechly. That's a nice 5.
No.
Yeah.
Put Andrew Luck in if you're going to be like this. Everyone's the Gale Sayers of Terrell Davis, Kurt Warner. Do that bit.
Still not enough reps.
Luke Kuechly only played. You know why? Because he was so smart as a middle linebacker. Smart enough to get out of the NFL.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Keep his brain right.
The best one for 8 years and then quit. I love it.
Hey, he's going to keep him out of the Hall of Fame too. Canton, more like can't get in because he's not good enough.
It'd be a trap. If Luke Kuechly does not get in, it'd be a travesty.
No, Travis is Kelsey, and he'll get in 5 years after he retires.
Travis Frederick.
Nice. Travis Frederick, not very famous, will not get in. Hall of Famous.
Cowboy fan and super hardcore NFL junkie are the only people who know who Travis Frederick is.
100%. Put Tom Tupa in because he played emergency quarterback one time in 1999.
That's your favorite moment from all of sports.
It's the only thing about the New Jersey Jets that I care about.
Now, Zach Martin, though, famous or not, he's first ballot. Easy. Tyron Smith as well. So Travis Frederick's only right that the triplets all get in. Tyron's for sure going to be a first ballot.
Who'd you say?
I got to agree with you on that one.
Did you said
Tyron
Zach
Smith.
Martin? Because you meant Curtis. Curtis Martin.
Zach Martin is arguably a top 3 guard.
I'm going to look this guy up. Who is he?
And he stays available. Oh, you know who this is. This guy's have to have been an all-pro
Is
every
it
single year.
now? Is it Zach with an H or Zach with a K?
Z.
All right, here we go. Nope, no clue.
I fell for that one.
Went to Notre Dame. That's a good get.
Yeah, he's the only lineman to win MVP as an offensive lineman. MVP of a bowl game.
Well, the Cowboys aren't very good. I mean, if you're going to win MVP.
Notre Dame, he won a MVP of a bowl game.
Oh, God. All right, hold on. What bowl game was it? And was the trophy for MVP for a fat guy? Like, was it like the spare tire bowl?
It was the MVP of the football game. He was the right guard.
Hey, thanks for tuning in to the Michelin Spare Tire Bowl.
Yep.
Big surprise. Our MVP today is big boy Zachary Martin. Zachary, come on down, man. Let's keep rolling. Like
2013 Pinstripe Bowl. Okay, win over Rutgers. The first offensive lineman since 1959 to receive that distinction in a college bowl game.
What was the final score?
29-16.
A lot of defensive touchdowns, probably.
Campbell's Chunky Soup Bowl, maybe.
That's a good one.
But no, that's insane, though, as an offensive guard.
It's insane that he played in the Cano Lard Bowl. Welcome to old-timey cooking. We're going to grease up this cast iron real good with our trusty Cano Lard. Here's our rep and spokesman, Zachary Martin. Is it Zachary or Zach with an H?
I'm sure it's Zach. I'm sure it turns into Zachary with an H.
All right, first of all, having two first names makes me hate you. Look up his middle name. If it's Francis or Edward, he's a serial killer. Take money on it. Which one do you think it is? Zachary Francis Martin or Zachary Edward Martin? It's only one of the two.
Oh, you looked it up. That's why you know.
Francis?
Is it both of them?
It's Edwards.
It's Edward?
Edward Francis?
Serial kills.
Edward?
He's a serial killer.
Zachary Edward Martin.
Get ready to see his name on a Hulu and Netflix documentary simultaneously, and they'll claim both entities didn't know they were making the documentary. We know you were.
Mhm.
We know how it works. Creep. Is this guy retired too? Is he up for it?
Oh gosh, no.
Okay.
I hope not. But he gives me the vibe of a guy. He's going to tell us before the season starts that it's his last year.
He just went out on an injury. Okay,
Now,
here we
hold on.
go.
I would hope not.
I don't know if you meant that as a dig, Zay, but that's 100% what I would do. Go on that victory lap, baby.
Sports Illustrated is saying
have your biggest rival
He's going to want the front office
buy
to
you a
have
Corolla or whatever.
He's going to want the front office to know that he's not going to be there. He's going to be respectful about it. He's not going to just catch us off guard and leave. He'll want us to prepare.
all right, Sports Illustrated says he's hurt. So
Hope he's playing.
it's actually Cowboys. You know what they could do? They could just call Tom Tupa. He could step in, former punter for the New Jersey Jets. Let's go.
Also, the stat sheet might not justify it. We need to have a talk about Warwick Dunn. He's a dude.
He's very famous. He's very famous.
But what he's done for his community and the NFL, they're all their charitable
Correct.
organizations. Yeah. You should be in there as a humanitarian, not just a football player.
Yes.
Not a lot of dudes like him.
Yeah, there aren't a lot of dirty birds out there cleaning up the world.
Also, why is Jake Del Holmes' name in consideration? I thought that was a joke. I thought I was like, did I read this wrong?
The only time Luke Kuechly did anything in the playoffs was when Jake Delhomme was down there slinging it.
Cam Newton. They did some work in the playoffs.
Yeah, they were. Yeah, that was one of Luke's best years. Cam's 15-1 season.
Luke Kuechly can stay at Delhomme on Hall of Fame weekend. He's not getting in. Loser. That's quarterbacks only. Quarterbacks and Adam Vinatieri. That's it. When we get back from the break.
Jordy Nelson.
Who the kick returner from Kansas State? You're never going to put him in.
He's not close.
He was terrible.
He might not get in the Packers Hall of Fame.
After he left the team, you know how they like sometimes give you a 1 year with the number being they just gave it away right away. Hey, here, third string tight end. You can just have 87. We don't care. This number and player never meant anything to us.
I know you're going to go to break, but real quick. Brandon Marshall?
The linebacker?
That's a cusp. Good question.
He's a wide receiver. Now, his some of his clips, he's not seeming to be the brightest person. But as an NFL player, Brandon Marshall, and he got his Super Bowl with Peyton Manning, didn't he? And he also, unless it's been broken by like Jettas or something, he's got the record for the most catches in the game, like 21 catches or something crazy.
I don't think he has a Super Bowl. I'm really trying to look it up.
I thought he was there with Peyton.
I only remember him being halfway good with the Bears, and I don't even really remember him being halfway good.
8,000-yard seasons. 7 100-catch seasons. That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
21 receptions in a game?
Yeah, it's the NFL record unless it's been broken recently.
I'm looking for something here. Any sort of Super Bowls? No.
No, he didn't get it with Peyton.
Well, he was there way before Peyton. So he was in Denver up until like 2008 or 2009. And then he went to 50 teams after that. They created new teams for him.
Well, remember, he was pretty openly mentally ill. He did a lot of help with mental health awareness for NFL players.
Really?
That part was sweet.
Yeah.
That's how we get Fred on board. Gotta highlight those things.
Helping people? Yeah, I'm that guy. He also had a bunch of weird attempted celebrations that he kind of didn't do. I don't remember a ton else about him. He's not famous. That's the thing.
I Googled, did Brandon Marshall win a Super Bowl? Google says no, 0. I think I like this new search system.
Get that iOS
Straight to
18.
the point. No, 0.
Yeah, he was on Denver when Denver was competitive every year. Then went to Miami, Chicago, Jets, Giants, and Seahawks his
No,
last year.
stop with the Giants and Seahawks. He caught like one ball.
I
Like,
remember the Jets.
terrible.
Got 1,500 yards first year in New Jersey.
And he had a
think
bunch of tutties. That was his thing.
Unfortunately, I think he's a cusper.
No, what do you mean? Unfortunately,
He's right there. Almost had 1,000 receptions, 12,000 yards receiving for his career.
didn't he get
Pretty
stabbed?
gaudy numbers.
Didn't his wife stab him?
So he gets flagged for that too.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know what he did. I mean,
Any situation you're flagged.
Not a ton of people in the Hall of Fame have been stabbed from modern NFL. Like
statistically,
the original leather hat NFL players. I'm pretty sure all those guys got stabbed.
If they were stingy with T.O., he's got a hard case to make.
in 2012, he was arrested for punching a lady in the eye at a bar.
Oh gosh. Okay. Well, he's officially blacklisted. Well, that's it for Brandon Marshall.
Well, hold on.
2024, we just call it listed.
Yeah, and the investigation later ended after a lack of evidence, saying he didn't do it. So, didn't do it. God, I would hate to get stabbed. Low key, one of my biggest fears. Today's I9 Varsity, whenever we get back from the break, I9 Varsity of low key biggest fears. It's
Okay.
tuning on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Mike's hot.
Welcome back to the program. Welcome back to 2 Men On. It's today's I-9 Varsity, the I-9 Varsity of low-key fears. League office 505-312-4999. League office is, the email is leagueoffice280@i9sports.com. Currently, flag football, soccer, baseball, team registrations available for all those going on, and a fun cheerleading clinic, which I have gone and seen multiple times, and it's the cutest.
Oh, God, I bet.
It's the cutest. Okay, man. Low-key fears.
Okay.
Would you like me to go first or last?
Go ahead, buddy.
Tonsil stones. I'm super scared this stuff's going to get into my tonsils and then it's going to harden and I'm not going to have a mechanism to get that thing out of my tonsils. And I don't even know if there's like a special tool, like a water pick or an actual toothpick or any sort of finger that's not my own because I'm too afraid to put my own finger into my tonsils to remove that foreign object. Therefore, give me anything getting stuck in my tonsils, forming a hard surface, and then affecting me negatively.
Remember yesterday when you thought griffins were real?
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't know tonsil stones were real.
They're very real.
I thought that was just like a made-up condition on House MD.
Yeah, no.
Maybe it's a Midwest thing.
Yeah, it's hardened chrysalis in the mouth.
That happened to you too, Zay?
No. I have that fear because I used to get strep throat a lot. So my
Same.
tonsils were terrible.
Mhm.
So I was like, I either got to get them removed or, I thought about those things too. Luckily, I never got it.
Yep.
Awful.
Next.
First on my I-9 Varsity of low-key fears.
Mm-hmm.
You ever been like staying at a hotel and the bed's different? Like they got the bed frame that sticks out a little more and you're getting into bed and you kick the hell out of your shin. That one gets me every time.
Okay. Not a great one, but a good one. It is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's low key.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's low key affair.
That has happened to me. That is why that resonated so strong. Okay, so mine it's very, very disturbing. I saw this thing about this guy who was going cave diving, and
yeah,
100% about this.
Yep.
And he got stuck upside down.
Terrifying.
Like he thought he could get through the little crevice.
Yep.
And he got stuck head first with his arms pinned to his side, and they tried to get him out for 25 hours.
They tried to break his legs and stuff. It's terrifying.
Yeah, and they actually had a pulley in there that was trying to pull him out, and it was working, but the walls were not strong enough to keep the pulley stable. So then it broke, and then he fell deeper into the hole.
Unacceptable.
And he after 25 hours, he passed away, and he had kids, his wife, they were all there. Nutty Putty Cave incident is what it's called.
Yeah, I don't like that at all. That's terrible.
That's not a low-key fear. That is high-key terrifying.
Yeah, that's a legit fear.
Oh, my God.
Just being stuck in small areas, right? But that's just the absolute worst case scenario of that happening. And I saw that at like 4 a.m.
That's
and
wild.
I couldn't sleep. Oh, gosh. It's making me squirm now thinking about it.
Okay, this one I'm a lot better at than I used to be. But obviously looking into a mirror is an alternative reality, and I hate that.
You want to unpackage that a little more, friend?
Yeah, when I look into a mirror and I see the existence in its reflection, knowing that no matter what distance I am from it, it is that exact distance from me. Therefore, there must be an entire reality that exists on the other side.
Okay.
My own reflection in a mirror, and specifically the world that it is encompassed in, recognizing that it exists wholeheartedly in another realm, that is a low-key fear of mine.
Okay. When Duke City Championship Wrestling was at the State Fair, you didn't walk into the fun house, did you?
Of course not.
You avoided that place.
I would like to keep my soul.
Okay. Next on my I-9 Varsity of low-key fears, you ever been walking around your buddy's truck, and then for whatever reason, he didn't remove his trailer hitch, and you kick it with your shin?
Yeah, that one sucks, dude.
Yeah. That's a bad one.
Leave a mark.
Yeah, it hurts. I don't like that.
Yeah. And afterwards, you go, truck nuts.
Mm-hmm.
Zay?
Alrighty. I'm going to go with falling out of a roller coaster. This is a fear of mine. I didn't even really think, I don't think it's possible when I'm there and I'm going to get on one, but it happens in my dreams a lot. Like I'll just be on a roller coaster and then all of a sudden I'll be squeezing onto the pole. I've never fallen.
Not sure you really got the premise of this one.
It always gets close sometimes.
Ever
since I was a little kid.
That's a real fear. You are a big boy. The over-the-shoulder latch is not going to stay latched. You are actually going to fall out of one. Like that's a very real fear. And that alternative reality of you looking into the mirror before bed is trying to warn you.
It's insanely high key fears.
Yeah.
I'm terrified just hearing you
Yes.
describe them.
This one's a little more maybe relatable or humorous.
Okay.
Absolute fear that while driving, a spider will descend from the ceiling of my truck on one single spider web in front of me. I will overcompensate for that due to the fear of that bug, and then careen my vehicle into an arroyo because it is obviously raining during this scenario, and the spider is trying to escape the moisture of the ceiling,
Sure,
and then be washed away and consumed by the ditch witch.
super likely.
Yeah.
This is a super likely scenario. Yeah, that's terrifying.
I La Rona.
Have you got closer this time? Have you ever been next to my I-9 varsity,
Yeah.
low key fears? You ever been about to like step up into a chair, like a little bar height chair, and you didn't notice that the legs had that horizontal bar in between them?
Yeah.
And then you kick it with your shin.
No, that thing's like ankle height for me.
Yeah. That's a big fear of mine.
Okay, good one.
All right. So I have very good eyesight, and
Okay.
a big fear of mine is just like, I don't know whether it be like used to be maybe through sports or just wake up and just have some type of issue where I can't see anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I could never imagine.
You're ready for old age, brother.
Going blind, but I mean just like waking up and everything's black and you don't know why, and you can hear
The lights are
but you
off.
just can't see. But what if you just start reaching, you realize that like it has nothing to do with the lights.
Okay.
You're reaching around and then you're putting your hands over your eyes and they're like, this has nothing to do with any lights. I mean, I feel like it's happened to people before.
My final on the list of I-9 Varsity's low-key fears. I don't like going in other people's homes. This one is actually incredibly real.
That's a real one.
Yeah,
for you.
I hate it. I hate going into your home. I don't want to see your bathroom that doesn't have hand soap. I don't like that you don't clean the kitty litter box. I get super weirded out by how many Funko Pops you have stacked floor to ceiling in your living room. I have zero interest in your NASCAR diecast car collection. No, thank you. I don't want to go in your home. I don't care about your things or the way you live.
Okay, that's a good one.
Terrified.
That's a very real one. That could happen to you every day if you play your cards wrong.
If I like worked for Comcast and installed cable or something.
Finally, on my I-9 varsity of low key fears, you ever been like stepping over like a barrier, like maybe perhaps like a round metal barrier,
like a cultural one,
and you misjudge and then you hit your shin on the barrier? That's no good. That's no good.
Last one, Isaiah.
I don't like getting hit in the shin, guys.
Are you guys scary movie fans? You guys like watching scary movies?
Of course not.
No?
I'm sensible.
Not really.
Well, and there's a movie called The Exorcist of Emily Rose, and she gets possessed at 3 a.m. And I saw this movie when I was like 10 years old, and every single 3 nights in a row, I woke up at 3 a.m. on the dot, and from then on, it's never happened again. But I'm absolutely terrified of the reality of waking up and seeing 3 a.m. on the clock. Hasn't happened again.
You would hate Matchbox 20. It's 2 Men On, 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal. Couple production notes. Ice Ups Baseball right here on KNML. That's at 7:30 tonight. So after us hang out with the satellite program for a little bit, switch over to Ice Ups Baseball. That'll be a lot of fun. Thursday, we're off at 5:30. We're live at Sadie's on 4th, but we hand it over to Westwood 1, Thursday Night Football.
Westwood 1's Thursday Night Football.
And then Friday, not yet announced, but in the works. Got a fun on location as well.
Yeah.
So we just gotta sign the dotted line on a thing. We got a little dotted line we gotta sign.
Figured out.
That's our deal. We always figured it out. Come down to the YMCA. The Horn YMCA is where we are. We're here till 7. It is a hopping right now.
Yeah, it is.
Registration fee waived. First month free on van. It's welcoming week. So come hang out with us. Become a part of the Y. When we get back from the break, it's everything we missed all day long. It's 2 Men On. 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Unseal the envelope. Mail order delivery.
You want to share that snicker on air, Van, or just going to keep it yourself?
I forgot how silly this song was.
In the zone of the ideal, I appeal to the openness of mind as I seal this piece with the frigidity ready seen in time.
He's just playing Mad Libs with himself.
It seems like a ChatGPT rap.
Yeah, it does.
We haven't done ChatGPT rap in a while. We probably should.
We haven't. Yeah, we haven't done ChatGPT country songs in a cool minute either.
Those were good, dude. ChatGPT. Here we go.
You know, write a country song about Jordan Love being back at practice.
Isn't that sweet?
Yeah.
Are you excited, like, as a Packers fan?
No.
No.
I want him to have more time off. I don't want him to rush back early and make the injury worse and miss out on the second half of the season and the playoffs. I would say take a couple L's with Malik Willis and come back 100% healthy.
You don't like Jordan Love back at practice? Yeah. You ready to attack this? Pack Nation, hold tight. We about to make this happen. Throwing dimes, running plays, no stacking, straight action, QB1 in the zone. Ain't no time for distraction. You don't think that's like good?
Oh, that was a bar at the end.
That's not bad.
That was the bar.
It wasn't bad.
QB1 in the zone, no time for distraction.
Jordan Love
And, you
back,
talking about
man. He
in the
grinding for real.
defensive- You talking about in the defensive zone or in the zone like locked in? Like
All the doubters,
okay, Chat GBT.
all the doubters talking loud. But he's bringing the skill from sideline to timelight. I don't know, limelight.
Mm-hmm.
Now he's running the deal. He's got the fans on his back, like the Lambeau Field.
Yo.
Preseason hype. Now it's time to perform. He's been stacking up wins since the day he was born, throwing lasers down the seam. Defense looking forlorn.
Dropping this beat behind
Man, he's
it.
got the pocket presence. He could weather the storm. No more sitting in the shadows. It's his time to shine. He's been watching. Now he's teaching, calling professor of the grind. Every pass is precision. Every route on a dime. Now the NFC North got to watch for the climb.
That's fire, dude.
ChatGPT cares.
Never mind, ChatGPT. I'm pumped. Welcome back to practice, Jordan. Let's not be apprehensive. After those bars, let's go for it.
They said he couldn't fill them shoes, but he's lacing them tight. Been watching on this moment. Now he's taking the fight. Aaron's gone. Jordan's on. Green Bay's future's looking bright. Playbook in his hand like a sword in the night.
Okay, now do it. Now do it. Now do it double time at the beat drop.
I'm telling you, this is as far as ChatGPT rap songs about Jordan Love turned into practice. Packers Nation's in the stands. They cheering him loud. Number 10 leading the pack. Man, he's making them proud. You see these fire in his eyes. No quitting allowed. Jordan Love, the new king. He's wearing the crown.
Yo.
Dang, dude.
Yo.
Send it to the top.
Malik Willis at least one more week, though.
All right, let me do one for that real quick.
Sick bars notwithstanding. He gets a revenge game against the Titans in Tennessee. Do one more for Malik Willis. Let Malik Willis get one more W in Tennessee. And then hopefully Jordan Love is healthy enough to come back. Don't rush him back and ruin the whole season. Let Malik cook or whatever.
Funny enough, Fred, I have a instrumental hotkey, so on your cue.
Malik Willis, one more start. It's his time to shine. Oh, it still thinks he's with the Titans.
Whoops. Never mind.
They're like, sorry, this isn't Nashville enough.
No one cares. No one updated ChatGPT for Malik Willis rumors.
I don't know what it actually is, but I think it's like 18 months behind or something. Is that what it is? Like it can't keep up with all the new information that comes out every day.
That's fair. Same. Hey, me and you, ChatGPT.
I feel like I could do, and I mean like award-winning level, sports slam poetry written by ChatGPT. I feel like I have the delivery.
Mm-hmm.
I could be the Garth Brooks of this.
Somebody writes the songs for you? Is that what you're talking about?
I kill it.
And you crush it?
Yep.
The performance?
You got ChatGPT. And that's the best thing about AI. You don't have to do art or things you enjoy anymore. AI's got it.
Mm-hmm. Got you.
You know, that's the scary thing about what that just was is that was better than 90% of these rappers' lyrics nowadays.
You're not wrong, man.
Well, if you rap about something you love, like Jordan Love.
Like Jordan Love.
I do one for 66 Diner. It'd be fire.
Yeah.
Does
ChatGPT know what 66 Diner is yet?
There's no doubt.
Okay. Drop one.
I mean, I'm going to need like 2 seconds to prompt the thing.
No, seriously. Give Malik one more week. Let him beat the Titans, and then hopefully Jordan's okay to come back and beat the Packers. Beat the Vikings at home.
Okay, this is pretty good, actually. From burgers to fries, everything's a classic. Flipping patties in the back, grilling so fantastic. I mean, this is already fire.
Mm-hmm.
Is it just for any diner, or is this like specific for 66?
Well, I mean, you can catch the vibe like it's 1955 with the checkered floors and old school ride. Got a cherry on top of that soda float at 66 Diner. It's more than just dope. Like this is.
They don't have dope there.
We don't know.
Oh, Pez
dispensers.
Same thing. Same thing.
Jordan Love needs more time. It was a non-contact practice. Cool that he was out there, though. It's a little bit of a tease, right? A little bit of a tease. And also, Malik Willis, low-key, looked good. 1-0. No turnovers.
Sweet running game. Took all the pressure off of him. Went 12 of 14. Made the passes he needed to make.
And
that performance can beat his Titans.
And you guys are usually quicker to point out the money side of things, but this is also Jordan Love, you know, injury aside, the back of his mind. I respect it because before he got paid, he was at practice, just not suited up. As soon as he got paid, he was at practice. And I think this is all a sign of him saying, I'm going to show you guys that, you know, you paid me, you're paying me a lot of money. So I'm going to put it all out there. And I think he'll be smart enough not to play yet. But I think him just showing up to practice and suiting up I think he feels obligated, not just because he's a quarterback, but he's making a lot of money.
Or he's fastly realizing that the Packers paid the wrong guy and Malik Willis is coming for his job.
Well, and also in the Rocky-esque storytelling that is the National Football League, you get Willis versus Levis.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stranger comes to town.
The guy who took his job and is significantly worse at it. You go to his house.
They took your job.
Is that KKOB? Are you doing KKOB?
No, that's South Park. Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
Which one is it? They come and work so hard and take all the jobs, or they come and do no work and live off welfare? Which one is it? You got to tell me. It can't be both.
It's when the goobacks come and like they're starting to take everybody's jobs, and all the farmers are like, they took our job.
Hey, you don't need a job if there's all these delicious dogs and cats everywhere.
So, all right. They took our jobs. Okay, here we go. You know what year that came out? You know what year this reference is that Isaiah just gave us?
No clue.
Goobacks?
2004. We didn't pick up the reference from 20 years ago.
Say, you were 3 years old.
That is the best South Park episode ever. That's the most iconic episode.
Who let you watch South Park when you were 3 years old?
Do you remember when Isaiah was like, hey, do you guys remember this one line from season 8, episode 7 of South Park?
But They Took Our Jobs is the most popular South Park.
It originally aired at 10:30 on Comedy Central.
Watch that episode. It's the greatest ever.
Take your word
for
for
it. It comes back in a WWE spinoff episode they do.
All right, Fred's in now.
Yeah, they created WWE League, Cartman and all of them, and they're doing like the role play and everything. It's awesome.
As far as podcasts that you should create, there's a very specific audience for this passion.
Sure.
Isaiah, good job today.
Thank you.
Van, final words?
What a day here at the YMCA. Anything we didn't cover, make sure you check out tomorrow morning on the opening drive with Jeff and JJ.
Good job, everyone. Keep breathing.
See you tomorrow, BT.
That was a good one. Is that Cartman?